shit is red or blue. I told all the ops to eat shit and get cancer too. Bobby got that cell phone stick, you better answer, dude. My wife got a body on that bitch, is she a dancer too? It's Big Hank, fuck they talking about? Fuck a money sprint, I cannot hold it, it's a large amount. Bobby got his purse, but he dropped it and the perks fell out. Hit his head, told him it's some shit he should have thought about. King of the Hill, I'm selling propane. Me and gang, Bobby and Amir, we ran a soul train. D for speed, I'm a ship the gear, he's swerving both lanes. I told this bitch she hopping, toast her down. Chipotle, know that boy right. Rider with a shotgun, Billy on the right. Dale even tweaking, staying up at night. Up is even bleeding, I had to say goodnight. Camera. I ain't going outside today. You pour me up. Trying to hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find high tech, so I'm drinking on it today. I'ma pull up in style. We got to drive by in the right. I'ma take it to trial. Pray to Lord.
Lyrics coming at you at supersonic speed.
Some of them are doom on a dang old Cuban man, boy. I tell you what, I get a goddamn superhuman, innovative, animated dang old rubber, so that anything you say is ricocheting back at you, man. Devastating more than ever, demonstrating how to get a dang old audience of feeling like a 7-day faded like a farmer's 10, man. I tell you what, here's getting worked up, complain hot like propane, boom, hard spitting them facts, man, spinning them rhymes like a dang old tornado, tip tapping like it just ain't no thing. Why be a god and not a dang old king?
Boomhauer, I didn't understand a word you just said.
All right, hello, welcome everybody to the Bat Cave. We got some stuff to talk about. Definitely, what, some funny?
You know, you played me a sample of one of the tracks at the beginning. I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. I didn't realize there's like 4 or 5 of them, and they got funnier and funnier as they went.
Yeah. I got to kill some time, right? Anyways, we got some things. Mainly, we're talking about today. We have A Damn Dirty Thing, which is both a comic and a novella published by Dark Gift Comics. The writer is Doc Baylock. And, we also, after that, are going to be discussing Magic Cop by Zade Comics, which is the Diaz bros, that suffer from, being below 6 foot, which is sad. I met them in person. They're below 6 foot. 6 foot. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. One of the Phil kind of looks a little tall, but he's not.
Short kings? Is that what they say? Short kings represent? Is that? I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. Also, I mentioned on Twitter, I do have a surprise. I have something to show. A project. It's my project, but Emily helped me out huge. Just a little bit. It's basically half and half on that. So we're gonna show that in the halftime show. So get ready for that and what we're gonna reveal for that.
Do not want to miss that. That's gonna be magical for sure.
Yes, magical. That is
magical.
A good word to use for it. Yes. But as you know, this show we do a spoiler discussion. I don't know, like reviewing like indie comics. Like without any spoilers, it's like I don't know. Like if they hear of it, most likely they're going to buy it. And then if not, if they're hearing the spoilers, they haven't seen it before, it might push them over the edge to buy it. Plus, also, I think people just want to have a place to watch online to hear some people's thoughts. Maybe they can share that, right? And you don't really get that so much in the indie space, so we're kind of here to provide that. And if you see, I have linked up on my Discord link in the YouTube chat. Go ahead, join that. I'm trying to build that, and I'll be discussing what I'm planning to do for the show. So maybe you can follow along with that, or if you want, we can even maybe have you join in the discussion as well online if we don't get too big or whatever. But yeah, so I meant the panel, not the show. It's not going to get too big. But before all that, we do have today, both me and Evely, we got in a nice surprise from Crowfire Studios. I'm gonna have to turn off my background thing for a sec. So from Crowfire Studios,
I guess I should hold it the right way.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You hold it whatever way makes you happy, as far as I'm concerned, really.
Yeah. So he sent this to us for a review. I haven't opened it yet. I now have 3 Crowfire Studio boxes. I'm racking up a collection right here.
I hear at 5 you unlock a trophy. So
third one. I'm keeping the box, man. Box is cool, as I think people have seen online.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. So this is an unboxing. I undid the tape, but I have not actually looked to see what I got in here.
Oh, dude, it's so awesome. It's so
I
cool,
got-
these guys.
A little postcard. I think this is the same with that.
Yes. And they probably wrote one
and-
for you too, right? There?
Oh, I got a little note. Yeah, thanks for the signal boost, Joe. Oh, thank you, Arvid. You're welcome, Arvid. You're welcome.
Yes.
We are the biggest boost here. The biggest signal. The biggest boost.
The
all
massive
year.
signal is so large. The signal.
So what did you get?
I also got a card like that. It says the same thing. It says, hey Everly, dude, you are awesome. You're making such great music. I wanted to make sure I wrote more to you than to Bat Sauce, so that whenever you go live and you read this, it will irritate him. No, it just says thanks for the signal boost. I got the same thing.
Oh, you should have ran with that.
And just
But
made
I
you
got-
wonder. You're sleeping at like, why did he get more words?
I got a gold foil edition of the cover.
Oh, mine's silver.
Freaking sweet, man. So
Yes.
you did too. You did too.
Gorgeous.
Oh, man.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So really cool. And I think he just did that because we talked about his comic.
Yeah, how cool is that?
And he hit us up in the DMs after soon after we did that. It's like, hey guys, I'm gonna send this to you. So really appreciate it, Arvid. That's really cool. Awesome. And so guys, I think
Very
if you
cool.
got his comic, you should probably talk about it.
Yeah.
Probably talk about it. Help boost it. This guy, he means business. Dude,
Yes.
he means business. It's gonna be successful. So obviously go ahead and invest in this because you know that the creator fucking cares. And
And we can say here we talked about the book. It's a good book. The art's fantastic. The book itself, you can go watch that episode. It's a good book. He doesn't need to do all of the things he's doing. The book speaks for itself. But to your point, the fact he's going that extra step is just good to see.
I didn't know he was gonna send me shit.
I didn't
Awesome.
either. We just did it because it's fun to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
talking about the comics, but
Yeah.
I should say hi to the chat. I'm getting bad at saying hi to the chat. So guys, if you're in here, say hi or whatever. Zaid, this is one of the Diaz bros. Suffers from being under 6 foot. I'm sorry, dude. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. And we got the other author writer of the other project, Doc Blaylock. Take Xanax.
Sick.
Sip brandy. Hell yeah. And then we also have Dark Gift Comics. What's going on, man? What's happening? All right. So yeah, we discussed first. Oh, let me put I can't do this in not in my short bus. There we go. Oh, okay. Feels
So much
better.
Feel at home now.
Oh my god. So I got digital for both of these.
Mhm.
Dude, it's especially when we try to do reviews of these stuff, it's like it's way too expensive to buy physical. But
the shipping costs are killer, dude. Killer.
oh yeah. But great thing, the best part about this though, it makes reviews way better, so I can have something to show you.
That's true.
Which I'm gonna display the comic. And we're going to talk about the book. We're going to talk about the novella first, and then we're going to talk about the comic. And interestingly enough, not planned, Everly read the comic first and then read the novella second, which I think is what you're supposed to do.
No, I did it the other way around. I started with the novella.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. I think that's the right way to do it. If we had done it the other way around, I think the novella would have been like, well, I know how this ends.
I think it's supposed to do. I don't like. Again, I am notorious for not reading projects when I back them, and then I don't know the info that I should probably have, especially when I'm gonna like review it. I should probably know what the intention
No, you should
was.
not, and then talk about it later on. Talk about your regrets and.
Wait, how can I just want to have this like full screened.
Hey, if you got to get rid of me to put her on there, that's fine.
No, I kind of I don't want it to show the oh, there we go. I didn't want it to show the side panels. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to go through the comic right now because we're going to talk about the novella first.
Yes.
And do you have anything you want to summarize? You want to do a little roundup?
Yeah, I have a
me
rundown straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. So you have a 116-page novella and a 16-page black and white pulp noir comic. It is a thrilling supplemental story, the comic that is, to the Pariah series. A Damn Dirty Thing, the novella, tells the story of private investigator Jake Bishop prior to his introduction in Pariah, Sanctum of Hate, the next book in the Pariah trilogy. Follow the mystery, intrigue, and seduction to learn if Jake will be a friend or foe to Elizabeth on her quest for revenge.
Hell yeah.
And it says here, this book also is the launch of the Jake Bishop Files series. So even though it's not included in there, you know, you got an investigator. It's like a old-timey black and white noir kind of movie investigator guy. Like, Shmoo Tagachi, man, I'm going to go down to the diner to have 15 smokes and then maybe a cup of coffee, see? That kind of like vibe. But he also is a ditch wizard. He's got a little bit of magic up his sleeve, which is a fun and welcome twist to that classic formula.
Sorry, I got the audio playing in the background now. Okay. Like just randomly started the video audio started playing from our stream right now. What the fuck?
Only you heard it, and it didn't even.
No, I know it, so I didn't say anything because I want to distract you.
Gotcha.
Herman, welcome to the show. Welcome. And air from the Lego factory? I don't know what you mean. Why would somebody get air from the Lego factory? Whatever could he be talking about?
I like his insults are so like sideways. It's like, oh, what happened to Bat Sauce? He's even more handsome than usual. Did he get replaced? It's like, what is that?
I don't know if he heard that. I don't know if he heard that from me because I don't know if I talked about it before, but like at work, somebody was like, "Shut up, you Lego ass haired motherfucker," or something like that, and it just like looks like your hair just goes pop.
Yeah, but it's like it's supposed to be an insult, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like it's not. Yeah, it's funny.
So the
we
novella,
need to up your game, Herman.
A damn dirty thing, and I don't know if you read it in that voice with the grovelly voice the entire time, but I couldn't stop myself from just reading lines like, "Yeah, and then the rain hit his hand."
I honestly, I put it into an e-reader and it had a British voice named Daniel. He's like, "Oh, I went down to the diner. I went to Bailey's. I got myself a cup of coffee. The coffee was delicious. I looked behind the counter.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
A woman handed me a cigarette and said, 'Hey, how's it going, Jake?' and topped off my coffee." It's that kind of thing. But
no,
it's the closest I could get to being like, "Oh, she, man, that voice."
No, that's not even the voice. It's specifically somebody who smoked like 20 to 30 cigarettes a day for 30 years, and that's the exact voice you get reading this. I feel like I smoked cigarettes while reading this, even though I don't smoke anymore.
I did give me a craving. I'm like, I've never smoked, but do I need to go get a pack of Marlboros? I might need some.
And I'm like, man, it's been 8 years since I smoked last, and I'm just like, man, I need to pick up a cigarette smoking this. But you know, this does it for you. 40 years, boys, not 30. Okay, all right, I suppose. So yeah, it's just hey kids, smoking's not cool. Smoking's not cool.
No,
but
it's
it does
bad for
create
you.
a cool aroma. Yeah.
It does have a cool aroma. It's fun
aroma? No, not aroma. That's the wrong word.
Yeah, it doesn't smell nice typically, but I know what you mean. It creates a certain atmosphere.
Yeah, that's not even the word either. But okay. So
what's the word?
Starting off, where do we start off with the story? We haven't reviewed a book in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is the setup. I usually like going like beat per beat with these reviews, and then whenever we get to a scene that's like, hey, let's talk about that, we do. But for a book like this, I'm actually coming into it, I was like, I'm going to be a little bit more reserved, because the fun of a story like this, I think, is seeing the twists, seeing the turns, meeting the characters, and all that sort of thing. So to me, I think the basic premise, the basic setup is important for people, especially if I read it. If you're like, am I even interested in this? You're like, okay, I know this guy smokes a lot. I'm already interested. It's already in my shopping cart, but maybe give me a little bit more. And to me, I think the basic premise of this, like I said before, this guy is a ditch wizard. So it's like no formal training, but he has some wizarding abilities. So to me, I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? And as you dig into the story, you're going to learn about that. But basically, it's him, and he's investigating. I can't remember if he's with a partner at the time. Was he with Ryan on the first case? They're digging into a
He had a history with Ryan.
Yeah.
Again, my memory sucks, but yeah. I mean, I know for sure he had a history with Ryan. I'm sure Ryan was involved in some shape, right? With that, Ryan is a clean cop. That's the description we have of him. He plays a pretty decent part in this whole book. Yeah, basically, you start off the character. You get a little backstory of how he was blown up in his office by a big mobster, and that mobster is like ditched town, and you're trying to track him down and get him on something so you can arrest him. And in his office, his secretary and like his coworker were both killed in the explosion.
Yeah, we got the name in the chat here from Doc Blaylock himself. It was Frank Donovan, which I believe was his partner, and they were investigating it was somebody bail jumped, so it was kind of a minor crime, and they're digging into this kid. Unfortunately, he had family connections to a mob boss that was higher up, and so, as you said, that mob boss then blew up basically their office. It killed his secretary. They never even recovered the body of Frank Donovan. And he has a pretty harsh recovery process. He survived the blast somehow, but it's not an easy recovery. It's like doing all what is the thing where you bend your arm, and you go to pivot. They probably did that kind of stuff. He's on a lot of pills. He survived
specifically, and the details aren't given, but he survived specifically because he is a ditch wizard, which was an unaccounted for aspect. Which magic, I think it's kind of established it's not really common. So people know about it, right? Like everyone knows that, because nobody's ever surprised that he does magic, like that surprised. It's not like, oh my God, there's magic. What do you mean? Whoa. So I suppose it's common knowledge that there are people that have magic.
Yeah, but one thing I love about this, the magic, it's almost so subtle. There's some instances where it's not as much, but there's a lot of times where it's so subtle you might not even know he has these abilities. It's minor things, which I thought was cool, where he puts a charm spell on somebody.
Yep.
Well, if you're talking to somebody that's charmed, you just find them charming. You don't know that somebody put a charm spell on them. You just find them more charming than they might actually be. Or like a minor lock pick. He's able to just get in there and do his little spell and get a small lock to open up, that kind of thing, which I thought was kind of cool. He has an ability later on that's pretty awesome that pops up. We'll probably talk about shadow stepping, but yeah,
that pops up pretty early on. Like, it's his teleport ability, but they do mention it. It's not friggin' Doctor Strange, teleporting all over the place. It's important. It takes a lot out of you. It like makes you really dizzy when you step out of it, and it makes people who are not the ditch wizard even more uncomfortable to the sensation because they're not used to it. So there's like a little bit more than just it's teleporting. There's also like a second, a side effect where it's like that you can even use that to your advantage, because there's a fight that occurs, and he teleports with that person, and because he's used to shadow stepping, and the other guy who is on an even fight would probably beat him up, is now dazed and confused because he shadow stepped from that second effect. So I think that's just like a really smart way to use the magic in a fight, right?
I like too that the shadow step, it's powerful, but it never felt OP. There were some times I'm like, oh, okay, just shadow steps in the situation, but he even plans ahead like, I'm going to get beat up by these three guys, because if I'm getting beat up, I can just grab one of them, shadow step before it gets too bad, and then I'll have the upper hand on this one guy. And they talk about what exactly the limitations of it are, where he has to already know the place, or he has to be able to see it directly. So it's not like you can just grab a guy and just pop anywhere in the world kind of thing. And it does take a lot out of him, where his recovery afterwards is pretty, it's not just like he does it and he's totally fine. It takes a lot out of him too. So it's good. It felt fairly balanced for a magic power, where you're not just like, well, this is silly. It's like Superman, he's invincible kind of thing. It was
and it shows the time. It shows the time for the recovery with a lot of these things. It shows you get a feeling of that there's time. Yeah, that's the important part. And what is it? And so that's what I meant with mentioning Doctor Strange, because that's the overpowered teleporting, and I'm like, it's not that, right?
You
were gonna say.
I'd throw in there too the world itself is interesting, because you look at the art and it's like these 1950s or like 1950s looking cars, which is, and the
aesthetic.
Yes, absolutely. That whole aesthetic feels very much that era, but they do have some aspects of technology that are more modern, where they have data sets, they have e-grams, data types, which it seems like some kind of internet type. Yeah. That also interested me in a good way, because going into it, I'm just like, okay, I've seen these kind of movies, the Humphrey Bogart types. I know what I'm getting into. And then it's like, oh, maybe I don't. All right, I'm on my toes a little bit here. Where are we going with this? So I like that was
1946, he says.
Okay, yeah, but it has the social media in it too, where they're following, was it ShareSpace, in order to get tips
Yeah,
on certain people they're
ShareSpace, yeah.
tracking. So it's this fun mix of our world and this kind of 1946 world that I thought it worked pretty well.
Yeah, and I gotta mention too before I forget to mention was like adding that small little magic touch to me is so important because I've told you before, I don't really care for John Wick. I don't like I don't care. People tell me the movie is awesome. I think I've seen the first one, but I don't
Fine.
care. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing with like if you think it's great, it's fine. And the same thing with like Taken. Like I've never seen a Taken movie, and everybody talks about how awesome. Like I don't care because I care. I want fantasy. I want science fiction. If you don't got that, I don't got that. It's because it's like that adding those little stuff to it. It's not important for majority of stories to have a fantasy or sci-fi aspect. It's just a little bit of flavoring. It's like paprika, right? And so this is like a little hint of magic thrown in there, and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
This is my jam now, you know? So
yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, it's just enough to like separate it a little bit. And I know, of course, it's not like this is the first detective magic story ever. There's a Jim Butcher's series, I'm pretty sure it's like that. But that's a lot more magic in that.
I'm new to the scene in a sense, so this is the first one I've read where it has this mix. So yeah, it was fresh.
Everything's been done before, so there is no
not
like
to me because I haven't read it, so it doesn't exist. If I haven't read it, yeah, the history started when I was born.
Well, Jim Butcher's series, and I'm blanking on the name. It's a very popular series, but it's basically it's a wizard detective, but it's very much like there's a world of magic, a lot of magic creatures and stuff like that, and it's not known to the world. So yeah. Well, it's a whole genre. It's called urban fantasy. Which this would, I guess, count as urban fantasy, but like typically that's like the unseen world. Even Harry Potter kind of falls into that. There's yeah. Anyway, sorry, you were gonna say.
Yeah. Oh no, I get your broader point, and I think that because it is something that's been done before. Now, to me, it feels pretty fresh because I haven't read a lot of stories like this.
No, it's fresh. It is fresh. It's just nothing. Literally nothing is original.
Sure. The point I was going to make is that a story like that, where it's not just like, wow, all these ideas are brand new, I've never experienced this, these have never been done before, then it's going to fall into the writing, whether or not it's actually going to be enjoyable and good. And I pulled out several sections of quotes and things because I thought I really enjoyed the writing. There's lines in here like, I never thought of modeling as a lucrative business. Serves me right for not being culturally astute, I suppose. No denying that a nice pile of lettuce has been spent on this pile of bricks. Like that nice pile of lettuce, pile of bricks, love it. Like the way that approach to describing that scenario, it's perfect, but it's just like, yeah, it captured that essence of like, again, like that cool Humphrey Bogart type of like cigarette, scotch, or whiskey, and like the way they
even
think,
if the character's not smoking a cigarette, you feel like he just took a drag after he said something, you know? And I, like this is where I'm jealous because I'm like, I wish I had this ability to describe things the way that they're being described in this book. And I also wish I could just remember better because there's so many lines and I didn't write shit down because I'm an idiot.
I got some.
But it's just like there's some lines and I'm like, damn, that's a good line. You know, here, shoot.
I was gonna say there's a lot of one thing that I'll touch upon later on because as I was reading, I was just enjoying it, and then once it's like 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be talking about this, so I need to figure out what is it exactly that I do enjoy about this. I like that oftentimes Bishop, the main character in this, he talks about the psychology of these interactions. You get the descriptions of the character from his perspective, and then also how that power balance works or does not work. One thing he says early on is making yourself deliberately wrong can often make people want to help you with providing correct information. It's all in the wrist, see? Like that. Like he's totally aware of how to manipulate the situation. He needs information. Like, hey, I don't know where I'm at. Could you point me in the right direction? And he has like that kind of thing. So he always breaks down his thought process and the psychology between himself and other characters in a way that gives you exactly what you need. You're like, this dude he's on his game, which I liked.
Another line I'm remembering right now. Here's a tip, boy, or whatever. And he says, if you find a nice restaurant, like make sure to tip and tip big. And he's like, because if you do that, like they're all going to treat you like, you know, you're the king there. And I'm thinking back, I wrote a book on customer service, right? Tale of the Dunce Whisperer, available now on Amazon. And yeah, it's just like if you get customers and they go out of their way to, you know, I guess tip you. I never received tips for my job, but you were gonna cater to that person. So I imagine you go into a restaurant and everybody's just like, "Yo, Jim,
Yeah.
what's up?" Just
Yes. And him understanding the environments, food is also a major character in this world. Not
What's
just
his
the world
dog's name?
itself,
Potluck.
Yeah, the dog's name is Potluck. Like you can tell, this man loves his food, and the descriptions of the food at times, and why he goes to the places he does because of the food and that sort of thing is pretty awesome. But he talks about at one point, talking about the body language between these characters. At one point, there's a guy, and he's kind of like trying to, I don't remember, he's talking to this guy, and he's trying to show him like, hey, I'm serious, or I mean business. So he says he uses the guy's expensive lighter on his cheap cigarette, which that already paints a picture. But then he flicks the ash on an expensive rug, like that sort of thing. It's just like, this dude's such a like prick, but it's awesome. He talks about like at one point the steak arrives, a sizzling distraction. We both dig in, allowing the suspense to marinate. So we're getting the steak analogy in the conversation. I enjoy Mr. Bishop, and hard work never hurt anyone. I glance at him, chewing slowly, savoring the layers of meaning in his words. Maybe, but you know what they say, all work and no play. Like, just that, where the steak is a metaphor for the conversation and the interaction going on between the characters. It's just, I always say, everybody understands food. So when you bring the food analogies, I'm like, I know, I can taste the steak, and now I want to put a cigarette on my steak too. It's just, yeah.
I don't remember the lines exactly, but when he's talking to Ryan, the cop, and he's like talking about how he's a good cop, and he knows he's a good cop because he's like, Ryan, he's comfortable in the silence. That's a man I could trust because, I don't know, if you can't be comfortable in silence, then I can't trust you. Something like that. And I'm just like, that's a good line.
There's even one point where he breaks the fourth wall with the reader, where he's talking about a situation, and it's in reference to the firebombing that sets off this whole investigation. Again, his partner died, his secretary died. Like, it was that's horrible. But he says the whole affair cranked up the heat. Forgive the crude pun. It's like he's even telling the reader, like, "Hey, sorry, I'm referencing this horrible thing." But yeah,
there's a few fourth wall breaks, especially when he gets with the dame, and he's just like, it was passionate, something like that, and the rest is none of your business.
Oh, whenever he's with a certain character, and he's like, whenever they're hooking up.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess, or unless you have more quotes written down.
I think those are the main ones, but let me dig through here. The way
we can go back to them later. So let's go back to the story because we have. Anyways,
bless you.
Yeah, so he's investigating this person, and he I don't know. There's a few ends that kind of go nowhere. He has this secretary that answers the ad because he's obviously needs a new secretary. Comes in, she's hot as shit, and he's like, "Damn it, she's hot as shit." It's gonna be a distraction.
Well, I have to hire her though.
Yeah, I have to hire her. And she's great. She's working over hours and all this stuff. Really dedicated.
Yeah,
and like kind of getting this big sense of, well, she's just really into him. And you're just like, yep, there's gonna be them hooking up at some point. You kind of just know this is gonna happen throughout the entire story. And so at some point he gets the money logs of the guy he's looking for, and there's like no transactions for like one of the security guards or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's no transactions. There's like money going into account but not coming out, and they're like, something doesn't add up here.
And he's like, I know the best guy who moves money around. I need to go talk to him. That's kind of how he's really able to unravel this stuff. But again, it's like the main characters makes mistakes. His ego gets ahead of him sometimes, or eagerness, I guess. Maybe that's more appropriate. But like, yeah, he kind of threatens the money guy because he's not getting his way, and by threatening him, he's just like, I'm just gonna walk out here and not say a thing because that's gonna leave people the impression that we did business, and that impression ain't good. And he's just like, you son of a bitch, and that for that little slight, he gets beat up. He gets beat up again.
Yeah, again, he very much understands the dynamics of the criminal underworld and how he is seen by them, and he plays into that. Like, okay, you know what? I need a lead. We don't have one, because that's what they do. That you don't have much to go on. So what do we have? How can we milk that one tidbit we have to try and find something else? He's like, okay, so if I just start showing my face around places that the family member of this kid that started this whole thing owns, people are going to be like, hey, did you see, why was that detective at your place? He was at your place, he was at my place too. And he starts like doing things like that. He allows himself to get into altercations, which, like we talked about before, where he can flip it to his advantage, or even just little stuff like low level. Like he plays all the tiers. He's paying off. There's a I can't remember the bum's name, but he's giving like a $5, and he's like, hey, you hang around the spot. Do you see any of his guys coming around? So he's trying to find information through a bunch of different outlets. He's got Portia Vance digging into, you know, the social media accounts of different characters, and he's just doing the detective thing on several different levels, because you don't know which avenue is going to lead to the next hint.
Yeah.
And there's actually
which fish is going to bite.
Yeah,
Like
there's
that.
one
There's an
plot line
analogy.
in this that I thought it was going to tie back into the overall plot, and as far as I can tell, it kind of doesn't. I'm still torn on that, because I
Which one?
understand with the modeling agency.
Oh yeah, that was kind of like a side. Well, that was just a loose end.
Yeah,
That was
and
that.
so
That was like a like he thought he had, or well, I guess that was that was a whole separate case.
It's why it's
I think
like,
it was just. I think it was just like a B mission. You know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think of Chekhov's gun. It's like, okay, here's this whole side thing. I'm like, okay, she's gonna pop up again.
Well,
something
wasn't
with
she
this
hanging out
specific
with
tale
one of
doesn't.
the bad guys?
Okay, he called it a red herring. All right, yeah. So it
Red
is
herring.
an
Yeah,
aside.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
must be a typical.
There's a few red herrings in here. You
that
know,
one stood out the most, where I was waiting for it to, because I'm sitting there, I'm writing down all the names, I'm writing down what happens, I'm keeping very careful, like the way he would. And whenever it didn't get to that point, I was like, oh, wait.
yeah, you got
Does that bother me, or does that
that's
make
the whole
sense?
point of
So-
red herring, to throw you
Yeah.
off the track, so you're still guessing throughout. I mean, no, I thought it was good. You know, the reveal of that. It was just a girl that, like, the mother didn't, when she hired him, Jake Bishop, she didn't give him all the information of them
Mhm.
having a fight and the sexual assault allegations and stuff. So yeah, no, her daughter ran on purpose. So, like, yeah, I thought that, I don't know, I kind of saw that as a red herring, and I appreciated it for what it was.
Again, I'm new to this scene, so I was like, this is not like other books I've read. But now you're saying, like, it kind of did put me in his shoes, though, where it's not every lead has to end up somewhere you want it to go. And unlike, I've seen a handful of like Poirot's, where if you get a clue early on, it's always going to factor in. But
No,
I guess looking back on, I'm like, okay, I'm actually more all right with it than I was the first read through. The first time through, I was like, I don't, what's up with this? But now I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing.
No, it's a careful balancing act too, because there could be things that people throw in that are red herrings, and then you're just like, you wasted my time. And I don't think that was a waste of time, especially since it was done shortly, right? And especially it's a novella, so
yeah, and it
it's
reveals
already
something about his character too, and the way he sees the profession. That it's not just about what he's trying to get done. He still saw the case through, even though it didn't help him necessarily further his own mission.
Yeah. But where were we with the other part of the story? Oh, I guess I did mention like at some point he gets like trapped
Mhm.
because he threatened a kid, and even though I'm trying to remember, even though it wasn't like he wasn't worried about the kid himself and the power and influence that kid had, but the uncle did, and he's like, the uncle didn't really care about the kid, but he's like, well, I'm still his uncle, so I have to put a hit out for you, basically.
Yeah.
I'm foggy on the scene, but I remember it's the one with the shaman, right? And this is where we're introduced to the shaman. The shamans are mentioned earlier because there's a whole thing, he got beat up, and he's like, yeah, wizards can't heal, which sucks, but witches and shamans can. And then at this point, a shaman appears. But the shaman kind of underestimated the magic, because the shaman was there to keep him from using his magic, kind of like interfere with it, right? I'm trying to remember. I'm getting this book and Magic Cop kind of mixed up right now, but
Yeah,
I do know that was a case. There was a shaman.
That's so funny. You have more of an eye for this for sure. I didn't make any note of that. Now you're saying it, I'm like, I do remember that, but I guess.
Well, you don't remember this? Yeah, he was like holding the amulet.
No, I don't remember that at all.
That was a big fight.
Remember a big fight, but I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't have.
Yeah,
Notes on it,
I
so
just
it
I don't
slipped my
remember
memory.
how it resolved, but I thought that was nice because I was like, okay, it happened a little bit like I guess halfway through or a little bit past that, and I was like, okay, finally, he's not the only person in the Magic, because I was kind of like wondering about that, like reading this. I'm like, all right, is he going to be the only one that does Magic this entire time? He's not. There at least there was the shaman thrown in there, kind of throwing mix up, but it's also there to mention the fact that there is magic out there that does different stuff. So, but so with tracking down the money guy, and after he gets beat up, the guy just beats him up just to, send a message, not to actually kill him. But now he has the guy tracked down, and he scouts it out, and he gets a hotel with his secretary as they're kind of like planting up and figuring out how they're going to go about doing this. And then she makes a move on him, and that's when they get down, and it's like, okay, yep, knew that was going to happen. And there was that line about this is the rest of this is none of your business.
Yeah,
when
it
they go
starts,
do it,
it's like,
fade to black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I might much prefer things fading to black. I just, yeah. Oh man, you ever read George R. R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire?
No, but I've heard about the scenes that you're thinking of right now.
He is very descriptive. But so he goes to the plant, and she's kind of like, hey, you're gonna need some help. And he's like, I don't want my secretary to get in the way. I really like this girl. She gave me some punani. I don't want her to get in the mess, but she's like, I can distract them. Look at these. And he's like, oh, you do have these. So
here's a yellow bikini. Let's throw that on you and see if you can distract these fellas. Yeah.
Come on, boys. Can anybody let me a smoke? And of course, also it is, I have to mention again, every scene we've mentioned, another cigarette has been lit.
There's a lot of cigarettes
at least once.
In this book, yeah.
And so at that point, and this is the part that confused you, and I kind of had to clear up, because he states before going in, he's like, I can't shadow step into the room to kind of like go and arrest the guy,
right?
Because he's like, I need to see the room or have been there before, and that's where that's the rule that shadow stepping is established. And but right after she distracts the people, he does shadow step into the building. And I remember that you throwing you off, because you were like, wait, that didn't make sense, because didn't that break the rules? And I'm like, well, it's different that he phased through the walls. And then you made the point, which I agree with, that it should have been mentioned, and unless we missed it, that like phasing through a wall, or making a hole in a wall basically is different than teleporting.
Yeah, I almost wish there had been a scene earlier in the book where he's like, I could have walked around the room to get to the fridge, or to get into the other room where my cigarettes were, but instead I just shadow stepped through the wall. Like, I'll pay for it in the morning, but I'm lazy or something.
Oh, it could have been. He could have used a different spell, one that like allows him to move through walls. But yeah, I think that was one of the things that kind of, I wish that was done a little bit differently there. But yeah, no, he makes the arrest of the guy, and the guy's like, dude, you think you can you think the cops are going to arrest me? You think I'm going to go to jail? And he's like, oh, don't worry. This is going to the feds. This is government, at the federal level. Like, you're definitely going to jail. He's like, you don't think I got the feds, in my pocket? He's like, I ain't seen a day in jail. And at that point, you hear pop, and the secretary is behind Jake, and shot the guy they've been going for this entire time. And it turns out, this is the big reveal. This is the big twist. And I knew that there was a twist coming. I don't know about you, but the whole entire time I knew that, obviously there's going to be a twist, but I knew it was going to involve Portia. Like, I knew that she was not who she was saying she was, that she was just a super motivated secretary. She had her fiance killed beforehand, and she was seeking revenge to kill this guy. And so it's sold as like a somber moment, because he's like, he's not going to see justice now, or he's not going to go to spend his time in jail, and she's going to go to jail for murder. But yeah, so the reason when her fiance got killed, she sought out Jake because she saw that he was on his trail. So she put two and two together and figured that this is her best chance of meeting up with the guy. So that was the twist. How did you feel about that?
I felt like the whole thing was a little bit abrupt, and I guess some of these stories are like that, where it just comes to a head, and it's just like, this is it, and that was it. Okay, we're done here, you know? I guess this is it. I was expecting, again, like 2 or 3 twists the entire time. Again, I'm new to this genre. I haven't read too many, like, crime mystery type novels of this style. So I was expecting it to be that it being like this spider web of interconnected, you know, like Charlie Day, where he's explaining the map with all these connections, whereas actually the model girl was the cousin of Portia, and Portia and I thought it was going to be all of these different things, and Portia's a twin, and that whole shtick.
No,
so,
see, and then that gets a little bit too much, and it's simple.
I was expecting
I liked it.
2 or 3 twists, and I didn't not like it, because sometimes that's it. It's just like, no, that's it. You just missed this thing. You didn't have the information. Now you do, and you're like, oh, no, that makes sense.
Well, I think that was one thing, is like right after it happens, it's like next page, it's done. You know, it's like that. It was like that's in. I felt like it could have like went on for a few more pages of something, maybe some dialogue between them or something like that. But
and I think,
I knew a damn dirty thing was going to be the final line.
Of course,
I knew that was going to be the final line, and I knew that a damn dirty thing was referring to Portia. That was my guess from the beginning.
And
but I mean, me guessing that is no problem.
Conjugal visits. That's what I need to know next.
Well, is she really in love with him, or did she just do that to manipulate him?
I don't think so, because she was already in the position where I don't think she needed to do that. She was already in the hotel. Everything was already set up. I think she kind of was into him. She's like, "Yeah, I've seen you chain smoke. I've seen you, dog."
Potluck, you know. I'm not really in here for the pets. No. So I thought it was a good twist. But I was doing this thing. It's like where I was guessing it the whole time what the twist is going to be, and I'm like, I would have preferred it to be my twist only because, of course, I'm going to prefer it to be my twist. It's one of those things, right? So this is what I was thinking. This is what I'm thinking. It was mentioned twice where he's like, I can't heal, but witches and shamans can heal, and I'm thinking she's a witch, and I'm like, I don't know why she's doing it, but I'm like, she's manipulating Jake Bishop to like take out the competition or something like that, and she's a witch. And like even like there's some times where there was like a scene where he woke up one of the chapters, he was like really happy, and I was just like, oh, she's manipulating him. She charmed him to be like really peppy that day, and I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be like using magic the whole time. Of course that didn't happen. That's just what I was coming up in my head, so of course that's what I wanted. But no, I was definitely satisfied with the way this went.
Yeah, it's tough. It's one of those things too. I don't know how I'm coming across, but a lot of times I'm like, look, I had this nitpick, this problem, this, that, this. It was fantastic. It's one of those kind of things where I'm like, I had my issues, but overall, yeah, even though I complain about it, I am like, yeah.
Well, it's so the enjoyment mostly came from this book was mostly from the writing. Yes. And just the smooth dialogue between the characters, and I'm just getting so much enjoyment out of that. And it's like I finished this, and I'm like, man, this is like the kind of like a reminder. It's like people should be picking up a book, probably a novella, right? You don't need to read a whole full length long ass novel, but it's like, yeah, I need to be reading from time to time, because it is work, right? That is the thing. It is work. But it's like when you read a good novel and you feel like you came out of it with something like this, it's like you get that huge satisfaction that I don't really get from something else, that just, especially things that only take you like an hour to finish.
Yeah, it's a very different experience to your point, like understanding what's going on in the minds of the characters, and again, the words they choose and why they choose them. You can try really hard to convey that in a comic or in a movie, even like a song or a poem or something. But yeah, I'm with you. I think reading, it's a totally different entertainment experience. And there's a lot of people out there, myself included, until maybe a couple years ago, I was one of them. Like, why would I read a book when I have movies? They're way more entertaining. And I'm
100%. Yeah.
But it's a different, it works out a different muscle that you probably forgot you had, and you're like, oh yeah, you could not translate this. You could try, but you can't recreate it, which is the reason why so many books, people are like, oh, the book's way better than the movie. There's just things you can do in a book that you can't translate to the screen.
Yeah. Well, and even if the movie or the other whatever medium is done is and it's tainted or whatever, it's like, well, the book isn't. And then you got to get the purest form of the story, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just like once you put that work in and then you finish out and you're just like, yeah. I don't know. It's like lifting weights sometimes, you know? It's like you don't always want to go to the gym and lift weights. And it's like, you know, it takes a long time to get to see results. But when you do, yeah, I don't know. I recommend people pick this up, especially to work that muscle. You know, I don't know. I feel like it's really important to diversify your hobbies and stuff like that.
Oh.
And well, even like, okay, I know it's like comics and books you're still reading, but I'm like, it's different. Read a novel from time to time, especially like
for sure,
you know, conversational purposes. But yeah, so I don't know. Just go overall feelings at this point, or kind of just said that already. But
I mean, just to recap, kind of my final thoughts on it. I enjoyed the writing style quite a bit. The characters, and I would consider the diner itself a character. This made me want breakfast food pretty badly. The lead was fun to follow. You got to have a lead that you want to be on board with. If you don't like the lead, to me, that's like a total momentum killer. I was on board with this guy. I liked his motivation, but it wasn't like, I gotta get these sons of bitches. It was more like, no, these guys need to be brought to justice. So he was a lead that was fun to follow around, and I liked the dynamic between him and Portia, and then just him and whoever. And the one mob boss, I think it was Santos, where it was like, hey man, you know, I'm in with this guy, but I'm like, you are not my thing. Just the dynamics between all the interactions were fun to follow and read. I enjoyed it enough. I would definitely recommend this to somebody who likes these sort of books, especially given the length. This isn't a huge investment. You can knock it out in a handful of hours. It's not a, you know, one of these door-stopping tomes that you're going to be there for months. And they're like, you got to read this book, man. All right, it starts off slow, but by page 900, it really starts to take off. Like, you don't have to deal with that. Or like book 4, it starts
there's
getting
some
good.
magic
like, are you out
kept
of your
in
gourd,
there,
man? Call it a two-shitter. You might, well, hey, damn, you're either a fast reader or a long shitter, but yeah, two-shitter, that's not, he called it a two-shitter.
Oh.
Not bad branding.
It took a second to pop up in the chat.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty entertaining, and the addition, like you were saying earlier, that magic, the fact that there's something in this world that you don't fully understand keeps the mystery going, and then of course you have the dynamic of some modern technologies, but also this old-timey world. It's familiar, but not totally, and I think that keeps it interesting. His powers are never totally OP, but it does help grease the wheels in certain situations. But he still has to stay sharp. He can't just rely on the fact he's a ditch wizard to get himself out of situations. He's got to plan ahead. He's got to think, these are my skills. Now, how do I use these to my advantage? And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I second that.
All right.
I know. Hey, that's perfect. I'm trying to see if I have a soundbite that's good for that. Sure.
Perfect. That's perfect. That means if something's good, it's.
The thing is, like, I'm downloading a lot of gay songs, like literally gay songs. Just
no homo, by the
so
way.
You don't.
I wish I could. I wish I could ride on.
Nope. He goes,
ride on a bicycle, a nice bicycle,
yeah.
maybe a skateboard from his childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, recommend. And so now at this point, we're going to talk about the comic. I could have sworn you read it first, which would have been cool because you read it first, you know, vice versa. So the comic. Also, I forgot to mention, mostly because you didn't, I don't know, I guess your reader or something wasn't displaying the pictures.
Yeah, in the novella, anytime it was just like art by, and they had a name, but there was no picture displaying. Again, I'm running my janky ass Galaxy like 1 from 1984. It might be on mine, but I didn't see the art in the novella.
So I had it in mind, and it's a nice touch, and especially the frequency per page that you're getting that art. It's just nice. It's nice getting a nice little small visual representation of what's happening, what the characters look like. So great touch to that, and it's also diverse amount of artist in there. So, not the race diversity, it's just different people. It's just,
I didn't know what you mean, but now yeah, so different
So-
styles, I guess. Yeah, okay.
so we got the comic, right? And we're not going to talk about this one, this for too much because, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but I knew it was a companion to the novella, or the novella was a companion to that, vice versa.
Yeah, I
So
believe that's how it was described in like the on the web page. It was a thrilling supplemental story. Oh, to the Pariahs. And never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
well, this is just all this is it's the same story, just condensed. And in that aspect, I'm like, well, then if you read this, you're spoiling the ending to the book.
Yeah.
Which isn't, and again, I always say, like, if you have the thing spoiled for you before going in, it's actually more enticing for people to want to read that thing. I think there's studies about it. When people get things spoiled, apparently they're more likely to, read it or watch it or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm
Wow.
pretty sure that's like psychologically. I think that's why they spoil things as trailers, or used to.
Man, I'm weird, but whenever things are spoiled, that either gets me fully on board or completely off board. So
Yeah.
that's interesting to hear.
But yeah, I also just kind of want to read one of the lines because it's like you got to read it in the voice. Back in my day, I'm gonna get that bastard that did it, and I'm gonna be sure. I gotta read this properly. I'm gonna make
like
sure
that.
he pays. I'm constantly like reading the book like this.
So this was
He said it wasn't my fault. Nothing I could have done. Maybe they're right. Doesn't matter none. Doesn't matter one damn bit.
All right, so you got Detective Clint Eastwood going on over there.
Well, Clint Eastwood
Get the-
smoked a lot of
the
cigarettes.
coffee. Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
These damn Italians. These doo-wop. There you go. I don't know what I can say. All right. Yeah, the comic. To me, I'm like, you gotta read the novella first. To your point, where it spoils it. Basically the novella gives you the setup, cuts out all the stuff in the middle, and gets right to the end pretty quickly. And you're dealing with the final act it's like the setup, then the final act kind of is basically what you're getting at, more or less, the couple filler lines here and there. The art style, man, I actually dig it quite a bit. It's rough, but I mean that in a good way, because
It's fitting
again,
to the setting.
yeah, the rough edges. There's a lot of shots where the bishop is totally in shadow. You can't see his eyes, that kind of thing. And Dottie does not look like exactly how I pictured her. But when she popped up.
Oh
on the page, I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, there's something. And again, I don't mean this disrespectfully or anything. There's almost an unrefined quality to some of it. Not to say that some of these aren't very skillfully done, but there's something unrefined about almost intentionally, especially early on. Some of even like the panels, the way that they're framed.
Yeah, I don't.
with
There's a
this,
word
like,
for it.
chalk brush. Yeah, I really dig that.
Like
stuff
it's not
whenever-
like done on a computer and fixed
I
up
mean,
with digital.
I'm the same with
enhancements or
music.
whatever.
If something's super overproduced, I'm like, get this out of my mouth. But when it's like rough around the edges, one guitar doesn't quite line up with the other, or like things are a little bit hairy, maybe it clips on that one hi-hat and the producer just lets it go. That kind of stuff catches my eye more. And I think especially like with the more AI junk out there, everything's just so over polished. So I really enjoyed some of these panels that were a little rougher, I think on purpose.
So is
early
Dottie
on,
going to be the
especially.
secretary now?
Has
Maybe.
she really been the favorite character so far? With Porsche gone. Man, I thought he was
So-
going to get Porsche out. But anyways, look at them.
Yeah.
Look at those gams. Dottie ain't got them gams. That's all I'm saying.
My whole thing is, and with the comic, and this is to being critical. It's one of those things where it's like a story is as long as it needs to be, right?
Mhm.
And that's kind of where you read these two things, and you're like, the novella is how long the story needs to be, and the comic is just a brief, shorter version. There's way less cigarettes in this in this comic than there is in the story. Obviously, I'm kidding, but yeah, it's the same story condensed, and then you got this whole aspect where you have the art throughout the novella. So it's like, yeah, looking at this other art, obviously a plus, but I kind of mentioned behind the pre-show. I kind of would prefer if the story was something separate. And I think the perfect thing would have been to do for this would have been to just do the setup to this, like a short story of what happened right before the explosion, maybe the investigation that led to that incident. So that way it's just like it adds, like, even if you read the novella, like maybe you read the comic first to jumpstart you into the novella, or even it's like, well, you read the novella first, it's still reading something that, information you didn't have. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the ending at that point.
It's new regardless of the order you choose. Yeah. I'm with you.
And especially, I think these little side comics to like a story, I think they're great because the pictures and everything like that can be used as such great advertisement for the story. But again, the novella already had all this great art throughout the story sprinkled in. So I just, kind of, was a little bit disappointed in that factor.
One thing, I know, I agree completely. It would be cool to get that prequel and that stuff. I think that would have been a nice way to approach things. Not that this was, not enjoyable, but that would have been more like, okay, more invested rather than, okay, I've already read this. I love, it looks like page maybe 13. The dude that roughs him up, I can't remember the guy's name, Bricks, something like
Bricks.
that.
Yeah.
Brick, Jimmy,
something
it was like
Bricks,
Jimmy the Brick something. I think it was Mick Shane Shillelagh or something. But the art here, totally different vibe than some of the earlier stuff. You get like this anime. He's giving this uppercut, and it's got the anime, the rising sun background effect, and he's just like,
I got it right.
It's a great shot. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. And
no, I was even thinking, I was like, it's a really good action panel. Yeah.
Scroll up one panel. Look at this dude's build. Go up a little bit to the right there. Up one panel to the right. Right there. Look at that man. Look at that human.
Yeah.
That's a world.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bishop.
Yeah, starts off one way, and he just beats the hell out of this guy. Even the next one, he's giving that straight across the jaw, just to look at his face. He got the watch on. It's just, there's some really interesting and dynamic characters in this story, and it was fun to see them. Even though it wasn't the prequel setup like you were talking about, that would have been awesome. It's always cool to see a artist's interpretation of what you're reading and being like, dude, that's exactly how I pictured it. But it's still satisfying to see it on the page.
That was the nice thing about doing this, is kind of like, especially after finishing it, you go through and you're like, oh, cool, this is how the artist interpreted it, right? Like, it's kind of like interesting to, reflect that with what you were thinking in the story. But again, if you read the comic first, it's like, well, then it spoils the story. Yeah, you have the images and stuff going in, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it takes that away. But okay, so we got Dark Gift, the publisher, editor as well. That's not a bad idea. I don't have bad ideas, so the comic was an idea
it's not a
first.
It's just not bad.
Yeah, as into Jake because of his upcoming appearance in Pariah, but Doc loved the character and story so much, a bird the novella. Okay, so because they're comic creators, so it makes sense. I was actually like kind of, I was like, oh, make it a novella because it's just all comics in these scenes, but yeah, I guess. Doc was so passionate about it, he wrote a full-on story and, killed it.
I will say, to whoever did the artwork in this, I'm glad you captured the moment where they first enter their hotel suite, and he gives her a little loving pat on the caboose there. That's a great scene.
So yeah, as I was
me over the threshold, he's like, nah. Give me a scotch.
Not with his back, dame. He goes, so I was drawing and writing the comic. Bishop got into my head and he needed more room to breathe. He needed more drags of that cigarette as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know you drew it. Yeah. Yeah. So you did the whole comic, but then he also, Doc also did some of the drawings in the novella as well. Yeah.
And then he got the yellow bikini shot in there too, of course.
Yeah. I was that's what I was most interested to see, right? I was wondering whether that was interpreted as boom.
There's some cool panels in there. I like too here with the black background. Anytime a comic does the black page in the background instead of the white, immediately I'm like, oh, go on, you have my attention. I like that. That's a great choice. And then there's some frames toward the bottom here too where like it almost looks like a Dick Tracy shot where he's standing sideways, and it's the Sin City kind of vibe with the highlights are the main deal, and then he's got the shadow on the wall. So he's a shadow, but then the shadow has a shadow. I'm like, yo, that's cool. In the prior scene, he's a flat gray shadow, and then his shadow has some texture. It's just, I don't know, they're fun to look at.
Oh, definitely. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I won't pull that up. Because I was also just watching Batman with my kid, and the animated series, and that's all done on black paper.
Oh,
It's
really?
so dark, yeah. And it's just that's really what gives it the aesthetic, and just that little simple choice of putting it on black paper. And like, I don't know any other animated series that, I mean, they don't do it on paper anymore, but that does that. And I'm just like, this is literally the paper choice is what made such a significant difference to Batman. It's kind of interesting, but it also saved him a shit ton of money for drawing and stuff. Yeah, this is the shadow you're talking about. Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, both. It's
This is
like
awesome.
the same idea in both panels, but it's just presented in two different ways. I just like the variety there. We have the more white background, gray silhouette, but then the shadow's kind of rough, and then the second one, it's like, yeah, there's just, I don't know, a good variety in there. It's almost like the styles shift at times, which I enjoy. It keeps it fresh.
Yeah, and this is as far as I'll go, but man, this was cool.
Yeah.
These
the
panels.
fist. Anytime you have a
Him
flaming
like
fist
popping
magic.
out.
Yeah.
Sick.
I will say, the very, very final frame I think is worth showing, especially if anybody's watching and they're like, I don't know about this.
It is spoiler discussion, I guess.
Yeah, the very last frame, not the one. I mean, we've talked about everything, but the very, very final frame. This isn't the last we're going to see of Jack Bishop. He's got a cigarette and a pile of cigarettes in his ashtray in front of him, and he gets a phone call a few months later saying, Bishop, Lieutenant Ryan, I need your help. This one's right up your alley. Got a serial killer using some kind of magic to take down Russian gangsters. Oh, interesting.
Some more magic, because that was another thing. I was like, I wish there was a little bit more magic in the story. A little bit.
It sounds like you're going to get even more, and the fact that he's taking down Russian gangsters. So on the surface, you're like, is that bad? Is this guy a friend? Is he a foe? And he's just like, oh shit, I need another Portia. Need to hire a new bride. Does Portia have a sister? Potluck, get over here. Bring me a coffee. Let's go to Bailey's.
Yeah, let's see. All right, I gotta show the distraction. 1 second. My computer is slow. Do.
There you go. Yeah. That's the scene where they described it. I'm like, am I picturing this right? Oh, yep. Pretty close.
Yep. Little Sydney Sweeney up there, right? Good genes. That's not controversial, right?
Not at all. Not at all. Betty Page.
All right. I think that wraps up the review, the discussion. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. And also don't forget that there is a discussion for this book, not the next book. And also I got a little surprise one. So, but don't forget, if you want to join my Discord, join the Discord. It's going to be fun. Eventually it'll be fun. There's like 3 people in there right now. So we will build. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for writing the story. It was really enjoying. I messaged over to Everly because we were like, should we do the novella too? Because obviously it takes time. And then I was thinking about it. I went to see if read it. I'm like, hey, I'm already 50% done. Whereas I was like 20% or 50%. And I'm like, I'm gonna finish it. And then the next day, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I misread Dark Gift Comics and music. I skipped the first thing he wrote, and all I read was asterisk whacking. I was like, oh, he liked our review. Okay. And then you go back and it's like, oh, with which hacking, rushing. Oh, it means whacking. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just read the last part. I was like, oh, that's praise, I guess.
Yeah. But no, I breezed through it as in obviously that's a really good thing when you're reading a book, when you breeze through it. Because obviously that's a good thing, because it's like if you're stuck on a book and it's taking you forever to finish the page, that's the worst, man. Yep. I've had that a few times, and it's just but yeah, no, it's the same day when we were still thinking about it, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm already 20% in. I'm like, I'm gonna be done in a second. And I was like, no shit, the next day or the day after I finished.
Yep.
So quick, easy read.
Keep coming.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. I have something to show the people. Oh, I gotta.
Oh, you do?
I
Oh,
do.
my.
I do. You're,
I hope
it's your thing too, right?
I hope it's hilarious and confusing.
No. Wait, I gotta pull it up on this because it's gotta be on the same tab or whatever. All right, wait one sec. Okay. Be patient with me, guys. But I'm going to present to you. You know, I like to make some projects, and Evely was so gracious to help me out this time around with this. And I only give you guys perfection. It's the only thing I'm really capable of doing.
That's it.
Is perfection. And so, again, here's perfection once again. And this is for the upcoming audiobook for Tale of the Dunce Whisperer, which I will have the Kickstarter starting soon. Sign up to my email list. It's in the description. But yeah, this is a little bit to get you in the mood for the book to come. The only thing I know for certain is that I know nothing. Fixing magic, getting yelled at. No need to be the smartest. That will most likely only get in the way. Some say he's lazy, but why work harder when he can work like a dunce whisperer? Maybe it's the demons causing trouble for all. And you fix that problem like any other. It's the tale of the dunce whisperer. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
Amazing. I can't
It's
believe
good
it.
every time.
They pulled it off. They said we couldn't be done, and somehow they did it. They pulled off the impossible.
My favorite part of that whole thing is the can you fix that problem? And then 6 bats, like any other, harmonizing with themselves.
I should have. Maybe I should have just put
so
more
good.
like 8 of me in there, like any other. No,
It's just the voices, man. It cracks me up. And then, like, it was just raw audio too. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Oh, that's perfect. These are perfect.
I was like, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll
It's
figure it
required
out.
no editing. That's great.
No, I appreciate that. No, so I was like, you know, I keep on wanting to do more and more stuff with the book, you know, before I freaking release it, making it take longer before I can release it. And yeah, I'm just like I message Emily all the time. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about doing a song. Like, would you be willing to like help out? Maybe do some instrumentals? And you're like, yeah, maybe. And then we kind of left it at that. Like a week later, you're like, hey, I did something. I'm like, what?
Well, you sent me the from what was that movie? Robin Hood, the cock. Rooster
Oh, yeah,
playing
yeah,
guitar,
yeah.
walking. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. I'm like, dude, I gotta find a kazoo and the right slide whistle, but I think we're in business. Like, we can make this work.
Yeah.
There's some refining in there. We had a professional singer, more or less, involved in the process.
More.
Making sure that
What do you
things
mean?
were up to snuff.
What do you mean? Super professional.
No, not in you. We had another influence, making sure that the vocals were just so,
okay.
making sure they were not okay, but that they were.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Actually,
yeah, it was. Yeah, we made sure we did a good job with it, so it turned out great. I want to see a con where you're standing in the booth and you got the beret, you got the gold chain, you got the turtleneck, and then this is playing in the background. You just have the book like, "Oh, hello, sir," and you that's
just
what I
over
want
and
to see.
over and over again, like any
Yes.
other.
Singing along with the video. That's me.
No, man, that was fun. I've never done that before. I don't think I've ever sung before too. So,
Wow. Okay. All right.
yeah. At least
Must be the
not
Italian genes, the natural crooning. You know. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
Dean
Oh,
Martin
yeah.
coming out. in
All
there.
natural.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, I sent you over like the vocals. I'm like, hey, this is a rough thing. And then you like, I'm listening to the audio because before the video, like, we got the audio done before the video, and then I hear the fucking whistle thing. I'm like, what the? What is that?
It needed that something. You know, you got to have those ambient layers coming in there, and the slide whistle just felt like the
Slide
thing
whistle,
that would help push it over the edge. Where people are like, the fuck is this? Is this guy serious? Is he really? Is he taking himself? Oh, slide whistle. Okay. It's like now we get it. Now we're on board. But wait, he's actually.
And I'm like,
I'm really confused.
Yeah, and then the kazoo. I don't know if people noticed right off the bat that there's a kazoo in there, but at one point I'm like,
I'll listen for it.
Justin, you gotta chill on the kazoo.
it
You're
on,
wild
man.
on the kazoo, man.
It was like the cowbell. I'm like, I put on my pants one leg at a time, but I need more kazoo.
It's like that Star Wars meme. More.
I was like,
Yeah.
fine, I'll walk it off. But in the version I listen to on my own, it's gonna have one. It's gonna be nothing
More.
but
It's
kazoo.
all kazoo.
I almost ordered one. Those things are expensive.
Yeah. No. I thought I really like how it came out, and it's one of those things too. It was like first listened to, it was like, that's okay, and then like re-listening to it, I'm like, it gets better, man, every time.
And again, I complimented you on this before. I feel like between the other video you did and this one, I'm like, I haven't seen anybody else, and I don't know if there's a reason, but I haven't seen anybody else take this approach to marketing and advertising. I'm like, dude, this is fun. It
I'm
reminds me of,
incredibly
like,
original.
Yes.
I
very.
just
It reminds me
I
of, like,
lose originality, talent, and perfection.
It reminds me of
things I use.
Tim and Eric, just the style and the approach. It's just like, it's janky as hell, but it's also really polished and actually like well thought out and crafted. It's fantastic. It's the two things I love. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just sorry. All right, so from my talents, and I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you liked it, and I hope it gets you pumped for the audiobook for Tale of the Dunce Whisperer coming soon. But yeah, I'm not going to post that anywhere there, so it's only, you can only watch it on the stream right now. But yeah, no, it's gonna be the beginning of the book, to lead you into the book. But talking about talent, we got our second. This is just a comment to talk about for a spoiler discussion. We have Magic Cop. Oh, that's small. Why is it so small? It's not small.
Oh, wait, I got to show off too with this book. God, just the art, fantastic, dude. Look at these fellas.
Oh, you get a cup?
This is the Magic Cup. I had to have it. This is it's like that late 1980s, 1990s. I mean, this thing's fantastic. I love this, and I haven't seen any other campaign have a cup of this caliber or anything approaching it.
I love the pun.
I
love
have
it.
one. Yeah, Magic Cop. Like that's, God, if that doesn't embody what these brothers are doing with this, just like having fun, just having fun with this. They have a good idea, like, yo, let's just make this thing and we're gonna have a good time with it. Let's make some cool merch. They have all kinds of fun merch on their site too. They have like a beach towel and stuff. I'm like, yo, they are like on brand, having a good time. Just lots of cool things. Had to have the Magic Cup.
Yeah, so Magic Cop by the Diaz brothers, who run the Zaid Comics. So unintentionally, I did not mean for these two books to be like so thematically kind of connected. There is huge similarities between these two books, which I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, unintentional, but it works. So it's basically two magic detectives. Both books are, doing a damn dirty thing in this. Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say it's very similar, but the characters are a very different approach to it. Whereas with Bishop, he's very competent, very sure of himself. There's a little risk, but he's very competent. And with Iggy in this book, he has to have that arc where he gets to be a little bit more confident stuff. But
yeah, no, definitely. And so, I mean, this is the other one's a mystery. This is more of a character development type of story with mystery obviously involved as well. I first heard about this story, I think, when I was on their show. Or maybe they mentioned it on our show, but when I was pitching a Tale of the Dunce Whisperer, and they were kind of like, oh yeah, like there were similarities between this. It was my story and their stories. It was coincidental as first, and so I finally got to came up with a reason to go and dive into this. It's on Global Comics. You get a large chunk of the story for free.
Nice.
But I got a membership, so I can read the whole thing. I can also read the second. And I gotta say, I was pretty excited because the whole pitch, or the idea of the story, I'm just like, I like it, I dig it. But if you have a roundup or something you want to
go with, summary taken
yeah.
straight from the horse's mouth. We got, is it Ignatius? I feel like it's Ignatius Cromwell. He's a new magic cop straight out of the academy with his magic wand passed down through his family.
I'm curious if it's supposed to be a play on words for like Ignis, because that's like the most common way that they use a fire spell in like D&D and stuff. It's just Latin for fire.
It would not surprise me. I'm not sure. I could see it going either way. There's like, what do we name him? Ignatius? All right. It could have been that too. I don't know. And in any case, Iggy, he's on his first case, and he has to learn to work with his new Wolfman partner on the edge of retirement, of course. Typical like cop story. I'm getting too old for this. As they investigate the murder of a mermaid. Can we say the P word on here? Pro? She's a pro. She's a pro mermaid. Institution. Okay. Yes. She's a mermaid. Lady of the night. With the aid of a big leprechaun and a flirty witch, the team will find out that the city of Ambrosia has its fair share of skeletons in its closet. And just that write-up, man, that's like the whole essence of this book. It's funny because it has the first time I read it, I didn't understand the tone. I haven't told you about this. I'm like, I read it and I was like, I don't really get it. Didn't really click with me. Like, dude, this book's funny. It's like, that's
crazy. I'm going to show you the oh wait, sorry, ads. Keep going.
I was just going to say, it didn't click with me. Maybe it was my frame of mind at the time. You're like, you're an insane person. This book is pretty funny. Upon second reading, as I find it's normal with every book I read the second time through, I'm like, now I get it. Everything gels, and I enjoy this a lot more. Same thing was true of this book, and the second time, just like, why? I need the second one, like right now, because this first one was spoilers. It was so good.
I just read the preview bit, and I was just like, dude, this is hilarious. And then like you were telling me this hesitation, I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is great. And spoiler for our discussion, I really like this book, like a lot. Like this is my jam. And like right off the bat, like it took me a second to notice, and I'm like, what's with this? Why is his sleeves messed up? I'm like, oh, they're wizard sleeves.
Wizard sleeves. Yes.
It's so stupid. I'm like, I love it.
What sold me, dude, I saw this cover. I'm like, God, the pink, you got the gradient on the word cop, you got the line under magic with the lights. Okay, the werewolf down there with the shotgun.
With the mullet.
I saw that. I was like, I have to have this book. I was like, I got it for Christmas last year. I was like, wife's like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, this. She's like, okay.
And his gun is a good boy.
And she was flipping through it before she gave it to me, and she's like, I saw your book. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, this is fantastic. You don't get it. Girl. You don't understand. This thing's fantastic.
Yeah. There's not going to be, at least for me, there's not going to be a lot of criticisms going forward on this. I'm just going to kind of fucking jerking the story a little bit. But yeah, this is the entire vibe of the story. Every panel, I'm hearing this. It's basically this, but with magical characters. Every time I turn the page, I hear that.
Yeah, I even like the first few panels of it. They treat it not like a comic, but like a TV show from the late 80s. You know, it's like production by and art by, written by.
Yeah, let me get to that. That's
right out the gate. They just, and these pages too. I love these pages where they're breaking up the chapters and they have that classic 1980s Miami look. And I know that Miami Vice was a big influence. I've never seen that show, and this book makes me feel like I really need to go and watch those. And I'm sure if they ever see this or somewhere, they're like, Miami Vice. Like, you haven't seen it.
Yeah, this like little introduction, and this is a flash forward to the story. You know, this is we're actually watching close to the end of the story right here. Interestingly enough. But yeah, no, it's like starring this person, screenplay by Phil Diaz. It's just a little touch, boom, awesome. Yeah,
I will say one of my only criticisms, to get it out of the way early, and it's probably in your mind too, and you can see it in those first few panels. Some of the art with the proportions of the characters and their faces and some of the angles are like,
it's funky.
yeah, something doesn't quite land. It's not bad, but something doesn't quite land.
Yeah.
Although at the
Well,
same
it's
time,
like, I don't know, maybe if it's the earlier or it was a stylistic choice, because I read the Lost Pages, one of the Lost Pages, and the art's much different. And no
really?
complaints. Yeah, no complaints there. It's completely different. So, and I believe that was Brandon Diaz as well. But I don't know, like most of the time it worked. Like most of the time, I think it worked for the story's like favor, having this like kind of like style to it. But like sometimes it was a little bit like too wonky. I am sorry if wonky sounds too insulting, but it's kind of I mean, you get it. But like at the same time, it works too. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I can't figure out. I'm like, it's not bad. Something's just off, and I can't tell if it's off on purpose. It's sort of like if you ever mispronounce a word. If you're like, "Hey, what can I have the salad?" People are just like, "What?" If you're like, "Hey, can I have the salad?" You're like, "What do you say?" And it catches your ear. So it slows you down and it makes you look at the art. I'm like, was this intentional, or is it just like, yo, it's fine. Like, just let it roll, man. It's good enough. Let's keep going. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
that's
was
really
my
the only
one-
thing I have to say. But at the same time, like this magic potion, this is the perfect color illustration for the potion. I don't know why it is, but it's why it is, but it is.
Yeah. There's pretty good use of color throughout. It's and the Ben-Day dots. I don't know if there's another word for it. I'm not well versed in the comic vocabulary, but I know them as Ben-Day dots, where instead of printing something in one flat color, you put the dots to make it look like it has shades and halftones. They do it all throughout. I don't know that I've seen another modern comic do that.
Oh, a lot do. It's a choice. I
feel like I haven't seen any.
I don't know if I can't ever tell if it helps or not.
I like it in this one because especially that kind of like late 80s vibe. I know Ben-Day dots are a little bit older than that, but it just adds a little bit of texture to it that is kind of nice. Sometimes things are, again, this is my personal preference. When things are too flat, too polished, too overproduced, I'm like, whenever things are a little bit rougher, I'm like, I like that. So that helped me settle in that whatever Ben-Day dots kind of vibe going on throughout.
So you have a few pages before, which is, like I said, a flash forward of what's to come. But then this is like the real start. And this is like the intro, we're getting to know the character and all the characters he works with. And I gotta say, this is a 10 out of 10 panel. this panel is 10 out of 10. I'm just, every single, these pages are 10 out of 10. Every single panel in here is 10 out of 10. It's just like, again, I'm like, what's with his sleeves? Because this is when I noticed it. I was like, what's going on? Oh, it's a wizard's sleeves. And then you get to meet the witch. And at first I'm like, okay, she's just a sexy witch. So I'm like, okay, right. But then you get to know the witch a little bit more, and she keeps commenting on everyone's nose and how small their nose is. And you're like, oh, because witches have stupid. And I'm like, it's still stupid. I love it.
Yeah, it has that. It does a really good job balancing, like, I don't even know if they're stupid because they're too clever to be. It's what people would be like, oh, it's a dumb joke. It's like, it isn't. I know it comes across kind of that way, but it isn't. It is well thought out. Like, these are funny guys. And then it does that really well, but then it also has some, like, heartfelt background moments. You're like, God, that's heavy.
Yeah.
But overall, it definitely has a more light, fun tone. But it can do both, and it does both pretty well. But yeah, some of the comedy in here. Even the freaking O'Hara, he's half leprechaun, half jet.
Dude, half, like, and it's still on like one of our first pages. He's like, O'Hara.
I want to say it's so stupid, but I'm like, no, that's actually hilarious and actually pretty like brilliant.
I will say, I wish he was just average size. He's slightly large. He's a slightly large man, but just wish he was like average.
that would be. Oh, maybe he has a brother. They have a brother in the next book. He's like, "This is my brother." He's like, "Hey." That'd be funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hilarious.
even
And then
like,
just the introduction to the dog, about he should be retired, to the voice too, and he's got a stupid fucking mullet. And he's
and
like,
they're
well, I
both-
see, he's talking to all the characters. He goes, well, I see you've got the memo about wearing sunglasses too today, huh?
I was just gonna say sunglasses inside. And
Everyone's just like doing this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think for clearly for us, I think for certain people like this it hits and it hits so hard. I'm like, yes, this is like more.
There's like a chicken man in cuffs in the background.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Do you have a picture?
Yeah, you don't see him right there, like the bottom left one.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't catch that at all. It's like man, that's hilarious. I was thinking Potato Head and a Loaded Weapon, but that's even more like hidden.
Yeah, it's great. The details are there.
Koofy's design kind of threw me off. I don't Koofy, what's his deal?
I didn't know if that was supposed to be a joke or not. And Koofy
Yeah,
was the
me
character
neither.
that we saw in the very beginning that was part of the flash forward. But
Yeah, he's like a human. He's got the glasses. He's got the it's like almost like a pope hat.
Is it
like
a
the
fez?
Pope, but a no,
A
it's
fez.
it's like if you took a yarmulke and made it a lot bigger.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a hat you see
Like a
in,
beanie.
yeah, I don't know. I couldn't figure him out. But a lot of characters, him included, they have a very distinct visual style and certain things about their outfits that stand out. You pointed out the sleeves on Iggy before. It sets him apart even from like the Wolfman. Even though they have similar looks with the glasses, he's got the sleeves. And he's got, Koofy's
Biggest
got the
surprise.
hat.
Spoiler alert. The werewolf isn't black. I thought he was
that
black.
That never crossed my mind.
The whole time
actually.
I'm just like, he's like a chocolate lab. Like, oh, it's like
the
the
1980. Although, yeah.
well, because
Oh,
I'll leave the
man, that
weapon
is-
also. It's
Okay.
a-
I wasn't with you at first. Now you're like you're painting a pretty valid case. Yeah.
I mean,
No,
look at
you're
him. Like,
right.
you tell me he's not black in that wardrobe.
I
Come
never
on.
thought so, but now I'm like,
Although mullet isn't very black.
man, I gotta Google that now.
Yeah.
You keep
What?
talking. I gotta look this up. It's very important for me.
What if a mullet's black or no? But he's you do get to see him like kind of see him right in his non animal form. He's a white dude, but
It looks pretty.
wow,
pretty
lack
legit.
of representation, human representation. Diaz brothers, wow,
Yeah. Gosh. God.
God,
Yeah. Mullets on
Weird.
black dudes look pretty awesome actually, just like they do on pretty much anyone.
yeah,
Mullets are solid.
mullets are solid. Oh, I gotta get a sound bite for bigot. Bigot.
Let's see. You're not from. Oh, whenever they're talking about the team called Knight, and there's so many lines in this too that just like the dialogue,
yes.
especially between the members of the Force, where they're just like bust each other's balls, is pretty good. And it's one of those things, man. I would love to see them direct a scene where it's played out exactly as they're envisioning it. Because obviously you read it and reading it and trying to put your own spin on the tone and how you expect it to be. But there's some funny lines in here where O'Hara, again half leprechaun, half giant, he's like, "Oh, who are you? Oh, you're not from Night? I don't care." like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
It's like-
that's the main character talking. Oh, you're homicide.
yeah.
I don't care
yeah.
about night.
And that inner
And it's an
office-
abbreviation. It's spelled KNITES.
Yes, which
or
I have
just
it
E.
here somewhere.
Well, no, it's chem, necro, invocation, and traffic enforcement.
Yes, there you go. I was like, he's reading from his note paper. I'm trying to find it on my notes here. Yes, you're absolutely right.
I'm like, perfect. Yes, it's
nice.
3 magic things and traffic enforcement. Yes. Yeah. So and it's kind of interesting. It's like, well, what? So homicide doesn't fall into that, but yeah, no. It's
Yeah.
they can
Well,
only
they
take
put-
cases if those are involved in homicide, I guess.
And they're like, ignore those guys. They put the dick in detective. I'm like, that doesn't even have the word dick in it. But that makes it funnier. Like, it's like-
Detective.
they put
Yeah.
the dick in detective. I'm like, all right. Yeah, the tension in the office there, it's like standard. It's a thing, I know guys in the Force and all that. Like, no, this is absolutely a thing, and it's captured here, and it's funny.
Here's the chicken guy again. Is this a different? Is this the same chicken guy?
How did I miss the chicken guy?
I don't know, man.
I
Oh, look at
did.
the stupid glasses he has on too. So the case that we got, and you saw it on that. I mean, I put the panel back up. This is the case. There's mermaids that are getting their legs surgically split so they can become prostitutes.
Yeah, they're getting their
Like,
tails
again, of
turned
course,
into
yeah.
legs. Yeah, so they can be more marketable. Because like, hey, this bride's
Yeah.
a fish. Ooh.
Yeah. Like, well, nobody's just where am I gonna put my dick? You know, now she got legs. And so,
I didn't even think that. And now you say, I'm like, oh, okay.
and yeah, so we gotta like, you know, they gotta figure out. It's not even one of their cases. He's just like pulling out cases, being like, I'm gonna find a case, and it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
Iggy's
not sure
the
that's
new
that
guy.
works.
The other dude's about to retire, so the guy, Silver Moon he's like, yeah, we're laying low. We're not getting the big cases, but Iggy's trying to make a name for himself, and people are giving him a hard time. Like, you're only here because of your family. You didn't actually earn this magic cop. You know, you even have a wand. It's like, so he's trying to make a name for himself. He starts looking through the cases, and he finds this that is
Yeah, and that's kind of a theme that goes throughout. Is he worthy of the wand that he was born for?
Dude, and they do a really good job with him, like setting us up. You're like, this is a stupid book. I'm having a silly time, and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good writing, though. Yeah. So they visit Dr. Stein. I gotta point this out, Dr. Steen. The term Jamoke, I didn't know the origin of it, and I'm a big fan of looking up
The term what?
origins. Jamoke, like, hey, you Jamoke.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they call him
What-
Jamoke, but the spelling is odd. But it comes from it's like Irish people. Jamoke was a combination of mocha and Java. It's basically saying like that guy's an idiot. He's not as smart as a cup of coffee, kind of thing. From the research I did, never knew that. So now you do too. You're welcome. The more you know.
Jamoke. I'm gonna call people Jamoke, and they're like, "The
You've
fuck
never
did you
heard
just call me?"
Jamoke before?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's a
I'm gonna call people Jamoke. It's gonna confuse the shit
Southern
out of them.
thing?
What the fuck you
no,
just
they'll
call me?
know it. It's like jabroni.
Sure.
It's like an offshoot. Jamoke.
Well,
yeah.
also,
Anyways.
it's like you see his certificate from, or his what the fuck's it called when you graduate college? It was
Diploma.
like something. What?
Diploma?
Yeah, diploma. His diploma's on the wall, and it's like it's something Thoth something university. I don't know if you know
dude, I
Thoth.
I didn't see that either. You got an eye for the background.
It was
Degree.
it
It's a
was
degree. That's
small. It was like one of the first things when they walk in there. And, yeah, it's really small. It's in that one of the top panels on the right side.
Missed that.
So Thoth something university. I know Thoth is the god of magic in Egyptian lore.
Yep.
Nice little small touch again. You know. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit as I flip through the pages because my computer.
No,
is
you're
data,
fine. That's
so.
like I was saying before. These guys, it's in order to make a joke that's really good. A lot of times, the amount of thought that goes into it, so that it comes off as like this is dumb, is actually, it's clearly not. Like they really thought about this. And
Comedy's
even little
hard.
touches like that points.
Comedy's
man,
hard.
Yeah.
You talk with your friends and you're like, this is the funniest thing ever. And then you put it into practice and nobody else besides you thinks it's funny. That's the most
Right.
common thing. And I see it in shows and stuff like that. Probably people see it in my own shit too. Because it's like you talk with somebody and you're like, this is funny. I'm like, things are funny in conversation and they are not funny in practice.
Yep.
It's I see it so often with D&D. Because people are like, oh, we had the craziest story happen in D&D. It's like because you were there, like experiencing it. Don't take it out of there. It's not funny unless you have these very specific circumstances. It doesn't work. You know, stop trying to make your D&D session into a story. Doesn't
Right.
work. But yeah, this comedy is landing. Right,
Yes.
is where I'm really getting at. This comedy is landing well.
Yes, and to your point, it requires a lot of thought. You can't just like wing it. But at the same time, if you are good at thinking about comedy regularly, you can wing the premise kind of. But in the delivery, especially in comic format, these things, it's not like you sit down and you knock out a comic in like an afternoon. This is a months-long process. And to still have it be funny along the way, it requires a lot of thought. So I think there's some people that write this off. But again, as we pointed out, I think we both are students of comedy to a degree. Yeah, we can appreciate that these fellows, they are able to take these funny ideas that were inside jokes in a way and understand how to communicate them to make them funny to a broader audience.
Yeah. And so after they talk to the surgeon, they get chastised, but they still get a good hit of clue to where the what's going on, and so they kind of where they can find the ferryman. They're looking for this mysterious ferryman.
Yeah, man.
And so they plan a sting, and so they get ready to go in. You got the leprechaun giant working the ice cream stand, telling the kid to get out of here. The witch is working as a prostitute, which every scene she's working as a prostitute. and you got Silver Moon loading up his shotgun, the good boy.
The good boy. Yeah, I had that in my notes too, in bold. I'm like, yo, his shotgun's called the good boy. Like, that's, again, little things like that. And the framing of that shot where it's just the shell, his face is cut off. You know, it's about the loading, but just to highlight that name, like, yes.
And I got to show this panel too, because taste the rainbow, boys.
Yeah, that's
it's just so cool. The colors, fantastic.
I was gonna say that panel. It reminds me of like growing up. My uncles, a little bit. What I guess. Well, they had like Led Zeppelin posters that were the felt posters.
Yeah.
And you have the black light.
Yeah,
they were so cool, and I remember that. I saw this, and that was the first thing I thought of. It has that kind of psychedelic vibe to it. But they were able to do that without the black lights. It has that same kind of style to it. I'm like, yeah.
What's the password? Awesome. Taste the rainbow. And I feel like everyone's just walking in every scene, just being like, put them up with their finger guns, not actual guns. They're just like finger gunning people.
You mentioned that this story to you felt like a combination of two well-known properties. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's pretty close. Do you remember what you said?
Fuck, did I?
You were like, dude, this book is hilarious. It's like Always Sunny combined with Lethal Weapon.
Well, no. I said it was like Always Sunny's Lethal Weapon, which was the clip I played earlier.
I don't remember the clip earlier.
No, Always Sunny in Philadelphia has like an ongoing bit about them making their own lethal weapon.
Oh, that's why you played that. I'm not familiar with that episode of Always Sunny with the basketball shot.
It's a couple episodes, but they have like a whole episode where they do like their Lethal Weapon 7, and it's just like it's the jazz, and it's and he's just like
okay,
and it's well they swap characters at some point in the movie. Who gets to play the black guy? Who gets to play?
Okay, I'm not.
He's like Dennis does the Australian accent, even though because the actor's Australian.
Right. I've seen the first few seasons of that show. I didn't know that's what that was from. I just heard the song. I'm like, oh, he tied that together. But yes, I think that.
Yeah, the black guy in the movie is constantly
anybody else.
I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, it's got that vibe where it's got the humor and the sincerity at times as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So then it does an interesting thing where the chapter ends and it's revealed that there's a Medusa, a Gorgon, specifically is what Medusa is, is in where they're infiltrating. And then the next chapter begins with, again, they're now forward in time, which was an interesting choice. And you got Silver Moon, the partner that's supposed to be retired, the werewolf, chastising the main character for fucking up. And now we're getting these flashbacks of what happened. And it's also, the flashbacks are done this like interesting filter where it's like an old cassette or tape player.
You beat me to it. Yeah, in my notes, I'm like, dude, this page effect. It's like the VHS that's skipping and you have like the waves coming through.
Well, you got the refresh rate, the refresh going down the television screen.
On the right there, you can see it,
interesting
especially
choice,
in the panel band. Yeah, it's one of those like just, yes.
Let me say it here before I forget. I don't know why the TS brothers don't talk more about this comic specifically. Like I get it, they're probably talking about whatever project they're trying to release at the time.
Psycho
but I'm just, what's that?
Is it
Psycho Slumber, Lost Pages, But I'm like, this is gold. I'm just like, I'm not saying the other stuff isn't good too, but I'm like, it's like me with Dunce Whisperer. I have other projects, but I'm gonna always be talking about Dunce Whisperer, because it's better than gold. It's platinum, but no. So yeah, again, these artistic choices for doing in storytelling, just fucking great, dude. Yeah, sorry, jerking these guys off too much, but yeah, so it was an interesting choice. Basically, in the Sting, the main character didn't feel like he was confident enough to use his wand, and the leprechaun almost got shot. You saw that? I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kill the leprechaun.
Yeah.
But no, the good boy comes in and saves the day. But he's getting he's chastised. He's like, if I wasn't there, O'Hara would be dead.
Right.
Right, man. Hey, welcome to the club. Hey, join the Discord if you want. It's going to be a cool hangout eventually. But welcome, man. Yeah, this is great. I just the whole premise that was the word I was looking for before. The premise is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's delicious. There's a term coming up here. They eventually go to a location. I don't know if we can say it on YouTube, can we? It's not Japantown. Japantown's fine. But if you remove an A and an N, I don't know anymore.
What?
No, Japantown.
Japtown. What are you scared of?
This is the second time. I don't know, dude. I don't want to use your channel, Nuke. Like, if you do it, that's on you. But I don't want to.
They got me, damn it! Justice said Japtown. No!
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Yeah. And then so they're interrogating the Gorgon. She's basically saying she's a criminal, but she's not evil enough to be doing the snipping because it's a really fucked up thing that they do.
She's a lead, but she's clearly not the culprit. She's like, no, I care about these girls. I'm not in that deep, but I can tip you off to the next location.
Which is Kufi. Yeah, who is the only person who can get in contact with the ferryman, they call him.
Yes, he allegedly knows the guy above him, who's the middleman between himself and the ferryman. Even with Japantown, by the way, talking about the humor of these two fellas, the fact that we can't call it Japantown. That's too easy. How can we make this funnier? It's just like, come on.
Again, look at the top right panel. Them in their stupid beach outfits. Yes. It's great. The mullet is flowing.
And
but yeah, this is the character which you obviously saw in the beginning as well too.
Yeah, is this the part Iggy gets dizzy at one point where again, the development there, he has like a moment where he's like, oh, what the heck was that? And then they keep going on. I think it's coming up.
It's coming up, but there's some significant plot in these couple panels. It's a beach scene.
Oh, it's this section, where it's the gratuitous beach scene. It's like the reverse of Top Gun. Like, I do the same thing.
But also look at that right panel, the way he's jumping down the stairs.
Sliding on the rail with the action waves off the back. Yeah, he's like doing a back grind.
He just looks so silly.
And then, of course, the girl, how does she fall perfectly with her entire butt exposed? And even the girl playing volleyball doing the squat. And even the girl jumping, a little bit of a little wardrobe failure going on there.
Welcome, Nail Bunny. So the art apparently in 2, which I'm going to get to.
Really?
I will be getting to. Massive improvement. Awesome.
Wow. Awesome. That okay. So, I mean, I was already sold, and hearing that, I'm like very sold.
Page. I'm sorry, I was reading John Snowden. Kenneth.
I like to imagine
page.
Voices.
Oh, I never watched 30 Rock. Sorry,
I saw a couple episodes, but I don't know the name Kenneth offhand, unless it's I'm only picturing who's the guy that murdered that lady. That's the only one I know. Him and Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, well, there's Baldwin right in there.
That's what
I don't think he gets dizzy in this one.
It's
he does use his wand at some point, completely misses.
It's towards the end of this whole sequence. They chase Iggy, and how does that whole thing end?
They stuff their number in his mouth, tell him to call him when he gets in contact with the guy.
Oh, okay. When they're like, hey, yep. Is that not the one? Isn't this the part where Wolfman hits him with his car to stop him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He hits him with the car.
That's how it ends. He's like, hits him with the car.
He's like chasing him, and he dumps the apple cart or whatever to prevent him from getting to him. And then the Wolfman's just like runs the car into the guy. I'm like, I want to see this in like a movie form or TV show form, because that scene would just be hilarious.
I know, man. Yeah, if there was something that could get a budget like this,
Yes,
do
yes,
this.
this is top of the list. Like, please
Get Dennis from Always Sunny and get Mac. Actually, get the entire Always Sunny Philadelphia crew and play a different person for this. Dee could be the witch.
Oh God, yeah, she
I mean, it'd be a different type of witch. Obviously, this witch is bodacious, but I feel like that would work. Dee from Always Sunny looks like a witch. They always say she looks like a bird. Okay. This is a little bit. This kind of part is a little bit more mellow, which is fine. We got a lot of high highs, and they're just talking about what could go down, what they're gonna need to do to prepare, and also he gets made fun of. He gets bullied by Homicide. It's always Homicide. Fucking dicks from Homicide.
Yeah.
They're bullying him like, "Heard you can't shoot your wand or whatever."
Yeah, a little impotent issue going on there. Can't pull the wand. Yeah, because he didn't pull it. No Hara got hit. Yep.
So, and then we get a little flash of the guy saying the bad guy saying his name's Psycho Pomp, call him by his name.
Yeah. I didn't know that was
okay.
like
I feel like there's
tip-off.
something about this character that I don't know. Like it's a reference or
that's how I felt
something
too.
that I'm not getting,
Right.
because everything
Yeah,
else
yep.
was very clear references, and I'm getting the joke. And I just feel like maybe there's a joke here that I'm not getting. Maybe that's on me. Maybe that's a skill issue. But I think that's one of the weaker points of this, is that I'm not understanding what the joke with the skeleton is.
I'm right
And
there with
I feel
you.
like it's supposed to be a joke.
I'm right there with you. I think it might be that maybe if we watch Miami Vice, the joke makes more sense.
Yeah, if it's like a reference to something.
I do like,
And that's a risk. It's sometimes the risk is worth taking, sometimes it's worth, because obviously I don't care that I'm like, it has this fault. It doesn't matter, right? So that risk was worth taking if it enhances the story for people who do get the reference. But sometimes even still, that you gotta watch it. The reference could be too deep.
Sure. I do like to, in this book, something we got to point out in the last scene where they're chasing Koofy. There's a couple moments in this book where somebody tells a joke, and there's several panels of just people saying ha 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 ha, like laughing at each other and driving around, which I really like.
Yeah.
And then with the with the wand joke too, the green guy who doesn't get a lot of screen time. I don't know if he's
The
a
orc.
lizard man or
He's an orc,
he's an
right?
orc.
I'd
don't
assume
know.
so.
Oh yeah.
Well,
straight out of
then
Orc-
his detective buddy's just a normal dude
Yeah,
with a pop
straight out-
car.
Straight out of Orc City. I like that one part where they're making fun of
course.
Iggy for not being able to use his wand. He's like, "Oh, I guess your daddy didn't teach you the old abracadabra." And he slaps the wing on the back, and he's like, "Ha ha ha!" Like the laughing is so hard and so violent. He's like hunched over. They do that several times throughout the book, where there's a joke that's told that is like the characters in the book laugh for several panels, which cracks me up. But yes, the Psychopomp, I didn't quite understand the joke there,
The
but
joke. Yeah.
I need to watch Miami Vice. This is making me want to dive into that.
We just need
So,
more
anyway.
Magic Cop.
Or more Magic Cop. I heard the second book. I'm told in our chat that the second book is much better than the first, which I mean, you have my attention.
Welcome, JD Kirby. Welcome. This guy, he just comments weird things from the play Cats. I don't like it. Cats is a horrifying fucking play musical.
It's true.
It's
true.
But yeah, this is another. So later on, there's another like flashback we're getting about the person that. Oh Jesus Christ! I can't be showing that panel.
Oh yeah. There's
Fuck.
some cartoon issues going on
yeah.
there. Yeah, they talk about a girl who basically she was an up-and-coming star and she was promised this life of glitz and glamour if she just does X, Y, Z, and eventually she gets the surgery that's going on with it. I can't remember her character's name.
Wasn't she the murder suspect?
Oh, was she? She
I
becomes...
thought that's what I was thinking.
she becomes Psychopomp's like favorite girl. But now that you're saying that, oh no, because the first girl, this girl has legs by the end of it, right? She had the surgery done, from what I could tell, and all that. And the girl in the original, she was like a botched surgery.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Okay.
I don't
But
know. I don't know.
anyways, yeah, her name was Ari, as in Ariel. 'Cause she's in
Yeah,
Gray.
yeah.
And
But yeah,
she
no, this is
becomes,
now we're getting into the
Spirit
flashback because he's like, "Yo, what happened to who? What's this picture? Who's this? Who's this
Yeah,
guy
I like-
cut out of the frame?"
O'Hara's face in the second panel from the left there. He's like
Yeah,
eating his Lucky Charms.
it's
I
like,
like his-
and yeah, see what I mean? He's a white dude, and then yeah, so we're getting this flashback, right? And this is so what happened to Silver Moon's passes. He had a loving wife and daughter,
Mhm.
but apparently the daughter got mixed up with some gangs and some drugs. And when they went to go do a bust, he found his daughter OD'd and dead. And this
Yeah, he
got
got-
really serious.
That's what I'm saying. He got too tied up in his work, and because he was ignoring the family, his daughter got into some stuff that maybe she wouldn't have. And then, yeah, as you were saying, he is the
Yeah.
one that comes upon her tied up in the. I
And they have the
name of-
knights that are
the
like
drug
they're
is-
SWAT, like in medieval armor that like come in.
Mhm.
And I'll say, okay, too serious.
Oh, okay.
Do
It
you
was
agree with that?
definitely okay. Yes, in a way, but I think again, I haven't seen Miami Vice. I think that they're going for that tone where they're like, we're gonna hit the highs, we're gonna have a goofy tone overall, and then smack you in the face with something that's like, whoa, these guys don't just do humor. Then get back to being
Yeah,
funny.
but like, and especially the best way to describe this, especially versus my own comedy, is this is very campy, right? That's why taking this serious and this campy of a story was like it was kind of a little bit of a like not a shock, but it felt like, oh no, I want my. Like, you can get a little serious. I'm like, that's fucking. He's holding his daughter and like,
Yeah, it's
his
intense.
dead daughter. I'm like, that fuck.
It.
Like,
I don't disagree with you. It reminded me of like Shaun of the Dead, where it's like funny, it's funny, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, this is not funny anymore. At least I
Yeah.
appreciate that they get back to being funny. It didn't derail me to the point where I'm like, I can't turn the page and enjoy this.
right.
But it was like, whoa, left turn, holy crap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could argue it shows that these guys, they do have a little bit more going on behind the scenes. It's not just some silly, goofy comic with a cop wizard. They're like, no, we thought about these characters. They have a backstory, and they joke around in the office and stuff, but like a lot of officers, well, why'd you become a cop? Why are you been in it so long as you were? It's like, holy crap, you dig into it, get behind that exterior. It's not uncommon to have some like crazy stories. So I understand your point. I don't know that I would have liked it less if it stayed fun and light. But again, this did not turn me off to the point where I'm like, all right, you lost me. This is way too insane. This is too crazy. I'm like, okay, he's got motivation. It's just a little bit deeper than I expected.
Yeah. Well, anyways, well, that was just my criticism of that. But yeah, they go in, they're phone tapping Coffee as they're trying to like track down, get to the next guy, and he does a cool like magic spell to like make it so they can all get his location. He listened into the phone.
Yep.
Then we get this panel, and we got the witch. She's brewing up a thing. She's doing her little spell. A boil of a gargoyle, and
Yeah.
yeah, and this is I forgot what this is for. Was this to like mask them?
I think so. This part of
Or-
the book, when I read it the first time, I was like, I feel like I missed something, but whatever, and I just kept going. It was.
It's also like uses a communication thing right here to talk to him. Going
Yeah,
into
I
the
don't know if she
cauldron
was-
silence. Are they going into
Some-
the cauldron? No,
It was
because they're in
like,
two different cars. What they're in this car.
Wiretap?
Yeah, they're in the one car and an ice cream truck. Or Harris in the ice cream truck. So let me try to.
And this is one of these things too, talking about like the other book we read where it had the future tech with like the internet and stuff. This one is more, it's got the old school tech where it's like analog recording devices and
I think the cauldron thing was supposed to be like a wire.
yes, it was
Was
something
it?
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. But
Yeah, it was like their way of explaining how to do it. And the technology maybe existed, but they still use magic for that point. Something that those two panels, I was like, I more or less get what's going on. Let's see what happens next. So I didn't dig into it. So sorry I can't explain it better, but I don't think it is critically important one way or another.
And again, it's like it's the bad guys, Coffee and Bones. Like again, is there a joke between Coffee? Like its character is interesting design. I'm like, did you just make a recognizable design?
You know,
Is there a joke we're missing?
the fact he says we don't play too in that one, like
We don't play.
These are two of my favorite panels where he's growling like a we don't play. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed she's full size. These are like her legs down the bottom.
Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't notice that either.
A nice little touch, and her like dress is in the middle of the frame.
Yeah,
That's cool. I like that.
I like that. That's nice.
A little touch, a little thing here and there.
We don't play. We need a name, eh? We need a name. We need a name.
Yeah, this is where he gets like his spidey sense.
Okay.
And he can detect, and he's like, "Oh, this is the first time he's ever had a spidey sense in his life," and he doesn't act on it. But it's not really his fault. Like he could have been like, "Yo, there's danger coming," and Silver Moon is shot.
Yeah.
And down for the he's not dead, but he's in the hospital, and of course the main character feels like he's at fault, even though he's obviously not. He just didn't know what that feeling was. And so yeah, it's so we have a new power introduced to the main character, and also there's more stakes now. Like the Silver Moon's been shot and taken out. There's like people are being injured. They're not just like they're willing to kill off one of the character's daughters and show that in a panel. Like, I don't really feel like the characters are necessarily safe. Like, I did feel like O'Hara might have died in that one scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like characters are not necessarily safe in this. And that's interesting for a comedy,
Again, I think it's back to really capturing, I know some cops. They're very, like, they make jokes and this and that. But the reality is, like, the job's like that. You can be making jokes 20 minutes, you get a call, and then all of a sudden you're getting shot at. Like, so I think it's trying to capture that essence where being a cop is sort of like that. And I think a lot of those guys do make jokes and make fun of each other because the job is so like you don't know, man. It's wild out there.
Yeah. Great art on the right side. Fantastic. I think
like
so.
the
I wasn't like saying because the plot.
The water.
No, I just liked how that was done. It's very stylistic.
So the lady in this next panel here, there's a blonde lady that is over Silver Moon. That's
his wife, right?
It is. I couldn't tell because in the
she's
photo,
got pixie wings.
Oh God, dude, your eye for these.
And remember his I forgot to mention his wife is a pixie.
So in the photo she's holding, her hairstyle's different. It's red. It's up in a bun.
Her.
That's not her in the photo?
That's their daughter. Wait, the photo's really small. I can't see the photo.
If you zoom
in. Oh, I
on
guess it is. It is red, like kind of red.
Yeah, there's a little daughter in the middle, and then to the left there's a girl with like red hair, and it's up in like a.
Wait, no. She had blonde hair in the previous flashback though. That could be a mistake or something, but.
I assumed it was his wife, but I was slightly confused there.
No, yeah, no, that is his wife, yes.
Okay. So then you get another flashback going on here with
where
Silver
the
Moon
wolf emerges.
Yes, because I had thought he was a werewolf. Not the case. He's a lichen.
Lichen,
which means
different. Yeah, I keep saying werewolf.
He can control whether or not he's a wolf. And ever since his daughter died, he hasn't become human again. They mentioned this earlier, like he changed after she died. And so he can turn it off, but he's choosing not to. So you can tell, like,
it's like he died that day.
Emotional damage going on.
Emotional damage. I gotta get. Okay, I need two. You gotta remind me. I need 2 sound bites. I need bigot.
Bigot. And emotional damage.
Yes.
So
emo
I thought
damage.
that was cool though. They developed Silver Moon even a little bit more, where he's not just a guy that maybe he's black, maybe he was white, maybe no, he's got this backstory where he became a Lycan and he could change back, but he's just choosing not to. So
I think
like,
it's born to
dang.
like it. It's like everyone's a different fantasy creature in this, right? That's why
That's
it's like,
possible.
what is coffee Koofy? You can't just be a normal person. Everyone's something. Oh, I totally forgot. The bartender, when they first like go to chase down Koofy, the bartender, his name or the bar he's working at is Bacchus. That's the Roman
Oh, right.
god
Of wine, right?
wine. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you wondering if there's like gods are involved in this world too?
No, I'm just, it's a reference. It was nice. Like they didn't just make him a bartender,
Oh,
they
okay.
made him Bacchus, you know.
Yeah, little touches. in the-
Again, but it's just saying like everyone is something in this, you know. There's some form of magical thing. Typically
So, yeah.
speaking, like they could be a chicken man.
Yeah, what's that guy? Gog man. So Iggy finds out the backstory there, and basically Iggy has the arc where he's like, I couldn't pull my wand. This dude who's so close to retirement, who has this tragic backstory, he already had the, it's my fault. And now I'm learning even more. So Iggy is deciding, he's like, I gotta really up my game. Like, I gotta step up. These people don't take me seriously. I think it's just a family thing. And I thought that was cool. He has a couple moments where he has real opportunity for growth as a character.
No,
That comes
he's
through, yeah.
dying, man. And
Yeah,
then this
yes.
panel on the right, he shakes hand, looks at the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's yes. Yeah. And again, like you said, looking at the camera, like, hey, we resolved it. Me and the chief, we're fine now. We're good.
Yeah.
I like the chief here. He looks like the teacher from Boy Meets World. The hell's that
Yeah.
guy's name?
Yeah. I Mr. Finnegan or something like that.
Finny.
Finney?
Feeney. Mr. Feeney.
Yeah,
He looks
Mr.
like
Feeney, yeah.
yeah. Every time I say him, I'm like, hey, it's
Okay,
Feeney.
this is another thing that I noted. The dude's car, Goofy's car. What the fuck is that? And again, it's something we're not getting. It's a reference we're not understanding. Like,
Right. It's like two wheels and maybe a tiny wheel in the back. And it's a panel. You can just breeze through it. There's nothing critical to the story
Yeah.
here. You just know there's a chase going on. But to
it's
your
like a
point,
chariot.
you're
It's supposed to be a chariot. Like,
I don't,
I don't know. Like, I love it. It's
It looks
stupid.
like a T-Rex. Those cars with the two wheels in the front and the one in the back.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like a 1980s version of it, but also it's extra. He's got the spoiler back there too. It's just, yeah, hilarious.
Spoiler does nothing. Oh man.
And
So
then
they finally arrest him because
we
it's
get
also revealed.
Iggy uses his wand here too, right? He uses the wand to destroy Koofy's car, so it shows that he's
Yes.
gotten over the hump. He tackles him
Yeah,
too.
he goes-
He wrecks his car, then tackles him. Yeah. Yo, we're magic cops.
Yeah. There's a lot of magic effects, and there's like what is going on? Okay, I remember he's in like the range. He's in like the magic range.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, "Are you ready to go?" And I'm just noticing that
practicing
this
his
like
skill,
puppet
yeah.
thing in the top right, it's like,
A skeleton
puppet.
or something? Yeah.
yeah, did it turn into a skeleton?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's magic, if the puppet is
Or
a
it's like
person or-
zapping off the layer and there's a skeleton under it, maybe?
Yeah, it's another panel. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if he's envisioning the Bone Ferrymon as
Yeah, because he is on this left page telling everyone about like this is what's going down. And at first people aren't taking it serious. It's like, listen, you might not like me, but this is what we got. And if we're gonna bring people to justice, you gotta listen to me. Said it just like that, actually.
If you don't think I'm serious, why am I wearing sunglasses inside? Then he blasts it. So he's practicing. Again, to my point earlier, he's practicing his wand skills. So he uses the wand, and now he's refining. He's at the range. He's getting better. He's like, okay,
Well, I don't think I don't think he really has a problem using the wand in general. It's like using the wand when it's like to shoot someone.
Maybe, but he hesitated whenever lives were on the line, and now
Well, he's
Cuckoo's
like
running.
phone
I
tapped.
feel like
Yeah.
I feel like he's getting. Well, okay, yes. I mean, to attack a target, not to do like other stuff. But he's trying to get better at not having another moment where he freezes. Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm reading the like inner dialogue when he puts the cassette into the car. You know, you could just imagine. I wish there was like, again, with the whole like, I imagine every frame's. I wish there was like a fairy during every time like the scene changes, like they're back in the station. I wish there's like a jazz like fairy just
with
the
a saxophone.
bottom of the corner.
You know, it's funny. I put in all bold in my notes. Slaps in the cassette.
Yeah.
Oh no! What is he listening to? What is he throwing in there? You little.
I know.
Doing a little rodeo. What's happening here?
Give us a little or something like that. You know?
Yeah. And then I like too that when he's driving the car, they got the girl on the roller skates in a compromising pose. Of course, gotta have.
Yeah, of course.
In there too. Yeah. So he goes back.
I was afraid.
Yeah, great one.
Yeah, the line is, "This wand has done so much in this world. I was afraid to use it. I see now. I'm the only one that can."
Yes.
I'm gonna get him for you, partner. I'm gonna make sure I get him for you.
That's exactly how Iggy Cromwell sounds, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I only
Yeah,
present
yeah.
perfection, so.
Tonight the Fairman falls. All right. I'm gonna prove them all wrong, Gray.
Yeah. And then so we get a little bit of a shot of the Ferryman kind of doing some scandalous stuff to some woman. Then we have what's it called? The witch. She's they're getting ready head again. The cavalry, that's SWAT. The cavalry is their SWAT team, which is funny. And they're getting ready to get in there and get the guy, the ferryman.
Yeah.
And what is it? She put some magic on him. I don't know, some kind of magic that they put on. It's like kind of a recorder that I guess is the same thing as the cauldron mix she did from earlier. And now we're kind of getting we're almost back at the one point where we have he's using the cauldron. Interesting. So let me show this. So it looks like he's looking into the cauldron to see what's going on. That's what her brew did. Oh, she's inside, right? She tricked them to think that she's a prostitute and she's inside with him and he can see in, right, with the cauldron. But then as we find out, like he did something to kind of like jank that up later or something.
Something like that.
But now we got some cool action.
Yeah, and
the
every
pumpkins
panel,
barfing up pumpkin seeds.
and every panel with her skirt is hiked up. just so. Yeah, you get this action sequence here where you get Iggy and he's doing magic cop stuff. Basically, you get this panel where there's like 15 different versions of him slapping a guy against the ceiling using his wand and shooting the ground and doing these different things.
I guess I was a little confused there because there's the piece of them like breaking in is kind of skipped because they showed that way earlier, but I almost needed that panel just to be repeated in the timeline because it kind of threw me off.
Yep.
But man, I love the art. Again, I don't want to show every panel. I don't want to show like the really cool panels. Oh no, maybe I'll show the really cool panels. But the magic that the ferryman and him, it looks so doofy, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love and he's summoning like necro.
Wow, it looks way different on screen than it does in my book. It's got way more punch on the screen. It's the purples in there that are really showing through. They're more muted in the book itself. That's interesting.
That's probably the way it was printed.
I might need to read this digitally.
Did like a water spell there. Breadhead.
Yeah. Like what?
How did I miss it the first read there?
I saw it and I was just like, what is happening? And all the skeletons are attacking him. He's just like, no. And then
he's getting completely swarmed.
He has the anime hero moment where he's like, no. out, or the Superman
Magic
turning
better.
back time. Yeah, yep.
And then you turn the page, and then the ferryman, the cavalry shows up, but it's too late because he's already froze the ferryman.
That's right, and I like that little nod again, talking about the way that they do comedy. They had the main character freeze several times, and then how does he win the battle? By freezing the bad guy, which I really like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could have been like, freeze. It's too maybe too. That's way too obvious, right?
I don't know. Actually, at this point, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. So at that point, that's resolved. They're all laughing, having a good time as he's frozen. Again, I feel like there's a joke I'm messing with the ferryman.
Yeah.
But then the next thing we know, with the guys recovering, they were celebrating his retirement. There's like a retirement banner, but he doesn't retire. He just retires from being his position as head detective.
Yeah.
And then becomes his. So the main character becomes lead detective.
Yep.
And then Silver Moon becomes his partner.
And then
so
on the next panel, you're talking about the ferry and stuff. It says, "Cue the Magic Cop theme song now." And it has the outro with the video.
Does it?
Yes. The final page before the art by Alan Alonso, where it has like it's right after the one with the retirement banner, the very top of the page. It says, "Cue the Magic Cop theme song now."
Well, okay, they're gonna need to produce one.
I don't know if they might
Diaz
already.
Brothers, do you have a Magic song like
I need
available?
to hear it. And it better have a lot of saxophone.
Emily, could you do a Magic Cop theme song?
I don't know. I could try, but whether or not I can deliver,
I'm gonna show my music video again. So, if you guys like the talent that maybe you want to get us to, I can maybe do some vocals for the Magic Cops theme song. Oh, they do. They do. Why have I not heard it before?
Yeah, why have I not heard this either? I need to hear your song.
Jesus.
It better. If it doesn't have saxophone, you guys need to do it again. It better have saxophone all over that thing.
It might be like part of the song that they play in the intro of their podcast. But I was gonna show like the last page, because it's the art drop, but there's titties in it, so I can't show it. There's some Pegasus, and they're all looking off to the sunset, and it's such a nice way to end it.
Yes.
Yeah.
To summarize all my thoughts on it, good characters. It's a fun world. Yes, it's serious at times, but it has fun first. It knows exactly what it is, and it really leans into it. The character dynamics are interesting, and the arcs I thought were enjoyable. Fun adventures solving the crime. I love the nostalgia tidbits as well as the magic aspects. I'm definitely picking up the next one. The fact that the first time through on this, it didn't click. I'm like smacking myself a little bit. I really enjoyed it this time through. Yeah, easy recommend. If this anything about what we covered tickles your fancy even a little bit, just a little bit.
I highly recommend. I really like this, and I'm not saying it's just because I met freaking the Diaz brothers, especially they're below 6 foot. That's embarrassing, but great comic book writers. This is awesome. I loved it. And you can even see in some of the comments on Global Comics, people really like this. It's just, again, the premise is just one of those ones that just fucking is awesome. So apparently there is a Magic Cop theme song. Are we going to get hit if we play it? Can we play it?
Can you find it? I'm trying to dig it up. I can't find it.
Magic
Cop
by
was
Busta?
a movie from 1990. I'm getting the theme from the Magic Cop movie from the 90s. But if you can find
it. Are you sure that's not just the one?
I don't. I assume they have their own song by Vasto, but I can't find it. Play it on YouTube. I'm trying to find it.
That's shit.
Theme.
Cop theme. By
Nothing. Cop costumes. That's not it.
Okay.
Did you find it?
I found it in 2 seconds. What is wrong with you?
I don't know, man. You're an IT.
Oh, this is 5 years old, man.
That brain. Let's see.
Wait, there's an entire. Okay, let me see. Share.
I'm finding oh, here we go. Okay, 5 years. Wow.
Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk
wait.
a little bit about comic book. A website is a
I can't tell if he's putting on a
We're
voice or if
talking
that's his
people
real
being-
voice.
Is this it?
Hello, cousin. What came out in 2019? Holy cow, 2019.
Yeah. This is great.
It sounds like Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have this play next time when I read Magic Cop 2.
The whole time.
It needs saxophone though.
Yeah, saxophone. Gotta have it.
Alright,
Saxophone.
I'm not gonna
gotta
play the
have
whole
it.
thing, but yeah.
There might be sax.
Great.
I gotta pull it up. It might be towards the end there. I gotta know.
I think there is.
But,
But yeah, okay. Well, our closing thoughts on this, man. Guys, go pick this up. I mean, it's just highly, highly recommend this. It's funny, nice, easy read, and I think he mentioned that Magic Cop 3 is soon to come out.
oh,
think-
sick.
Yeah. At least in the comments, I saw something about them getting ready to do that, or maybe I don't know. Yeah, you guys are watching this. Answer that question, damn it.
Oh, yeah,
Is
they're here.
when's Magic Cop 3 coming out? All right. I'll wait. But yes, guys. Okay, I'm going to play again my awesome 3 right now. Brandon's 12 pages in art. Okay, so it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute. That's maybe work faster, guys. I'm going to play my music video again, but that is our spoiler discussion of Magic Cop. Highly recommend. Go pick it up. I hope you guys enjoyed our little banter about it. I had fun talking about it, and yeah, check out the Diaz Brothers YouTube channel too, because they talk about comics all the time too, and they have a lot of projects going on. They got more than just Magic Cop. I think Magic Cop's my favorite one right now.
Yeah, this is pretty sick.
Yeah. No sound?
I can't hear any sound.
Damn
Can you-
it!
yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, well, if there's no sound, then fuck. All right, fuck it. Forget it. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. You can't have me in my worst. You don't. Shit. All right. Well, I mean, go play back in the middle of the video stream. You'll hear it. It's magical. It's worth your time. Go for it. I am the definition of an artist. It's what I do. It's what I do. All right. I think, we said what we said. Damn Dirty Thing and Magic Top, 2 great projects. Who knows? It's probably going to be another couple weeks before we do another discussion. But guys, join the Discord. Maybe you suggest some stuff. Maybe we'll look into it, and because we're going to keep doing this because I like talking about this stuff, and it's one of those things, especially with indie projects that aren't as known. It's like hard to find people to talk about this stuff. So, recommend our channel out and our videos to anyone that's seen it, and maybe they would enjoy our banter and discussion about it. Maybe they think the same thing. Maybe we're giving them thoughts they haven't even thought about before. That we're going to enlighten them. That's what we
Probably
tend to
are.
do here.
Yeah.
And also hit the like button and subscribe. I forgot to mention that. If you didn't do that, if you're new to the channel, I got news for you guys. You're retarded, but that's okay because if you're retarded, you're riding the short bus with me, and every seat on the short bus is the back seat, and the cool kids sit in the back seat. So, Evelyn, you got anything else to say before we head out?
No, I think that's a pretty good way to wrap it up.
Okay. I think, at this point, I'm just kind of feeling like we got to end this, but.
Well, I'm out, guys. If this is what's cool now, I think I'm done. I no longer have any connection to this world. I'm gonna go home and kill myself.
Oh no.
Goodbye, friends.
All right. Later. All right. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone who joined us tonight.
Is gay.
This is the Batcave. Yes, Father. Have a good night. Oh, wait. I gotta be on.